Hey everyone, I'm Miles Duffield, and so we're raising money for the Trevor Project. This cause is near and dear to my heart, but I wanted to make sure that you all knew exactly where your money was going and what the Trevor Project is about in the first place. So I'm going to read you their mission statement so that you get a clear idea of why we're supporting this lovely organization and what they do with the money that goes to them. So, the strategic mission of the Trevor Project is to end suicide among gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning young people. And the organization works to fulfill this mission through 4 steps. 1, to provide crisis counseling to LGBTQ young people thinking of suicide. 2, to offer resources, supportive counseling, and a sense of community to LGBTQ young people to reduce the risk that they become suicidal. 3, to educate young people and adults who interact with young people on LGBTQ competent suicide prevention, risk reduction, and response. And 4, to advocate for laws and policies that will reduce suicide among LGBTQ young people. Now, we here at Starfound chose this nonprofit, this lovely organization, because of that mission statement, because the issues that it addresses, many of us faced as kids, many of us still face today. We know that we could have used some help. We know that plenty of kids today in this world that becomes increasingly hostile in many ways to LGBTQ young people could use some help. So thank you for watching and for listening, and remember, you can find the donation link at any time by typing !donate in the chat. Enjoy the stream.
Gonna go annoy Aizawa again. I'm gonna go annoy Aizawa again. Oh, my friends, since that long day, you must know I'm going away. I'll remember our willow and the scent of your pillow, but the tide says I can't stay. Think upon dungeons we've seen, and smile back on where we've been. So let's empty our flagons and toast to the dragon. Then I'll find my coral heart.
I'm Miles Duffield. Geeks for Good is a Twitch variety channel that streams tabletop role-playing games, board games, and video games in order to raise funds and awareness for different nonprofits and charities. Why am I having so much trouble? I'm out! I'm leaving! Goodbye!
They couldn't defeat me.
These wolves coming for me? You want some of this? I got bombs. Yep. They're mostly dangerous to myself. No? It's not happening to anyone? Okay.
Gas is inbound. Marking you
Oh,
safe
shit!
zone. You're in the gulag now. Fight to earn redeployment.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Pro move. I was in a bad spot, so I decided to...
Find the stream and the schedule at twitch.tv/geeksforgood. Let's do some good.
Hey nerd girl, listen please. Don't you try to disguise that nervous wheeze. It don't deter me a bit. In fact, I'm digging on it. Yeah, gimme nerd love. Gimme nerd love. Gimme nerd love. Just the sight of your physique got my beaker shrieking with steam. Scotty, beam me up. Ah, nothing gets me off like nerd girls, baby, baby, baby. I just gotta admit. Sure, Daphne's got the boobies and the hair, but that don't compare to Velma's acerbic wit. Yeah.
With that, nonsense shall begin.
I can do it. Here's the deal.
I gave up Christ for the midwife fucking. No, okay, no, let's not. Alright, let's calm down.
Not ponytails or cottontails, yeah, ducktails. Woo! We're leaving the area.
If I leave the chest with you and then I make it and then you don't, then what fool are we?
Well, but then the chest will be right there, and you will lost nothing.
She'll be dead. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Just a quick little run through the door and nothing more. Everything's fine, I am fine, and you are fine. These poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron crying, spells, where's the please, and I help them? Yes, I do. Are you with me, mateys?
Arr.
Arr, arr. All right, once more with feeling.
Once more with feeling.
I'm just gonna run up the stairs and have some fun, and then you'll be on the run behind me, and it will be fine. Is this home? Am I here for a day or forever? Shut away from the world until who knows when? Oh, but then, as my life has been altered once, it can change again. Restore power. Ah! Fuck me, Jesus Christ! Alright.
That's 33 points of damage.
Okay. Okay, put your little mouth away. Put your little mouth away!
That sounds like a
So we have a Kraken.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Moose! Moose! You're so cute! Everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything is fine, and ultimately the end of this game will be mine.
Alright, let's do it.
I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this! Oh my god, I hate this! I've never seen this before and I hate it! Ah! That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. No, no. Ah! Ah! Jesus fucking Christ! Failing stuff and everything is good, cause I act real tough. Everything will be fine at
I just want you to know that I love that.
Friends. Yeah? Everything's fine, everything's fine. Everything's fucking fine, cause this is gonna be the last time we're gonna do it this time. Yeah, fine, everything's fine. Every day's a little harder as I feel my power grow. Don't you know there's part of me who loves to go into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown.
Alright, here we go.
I'm gonna watch you.
I did it. Oh, no. You know?
Everything is fine. We're just gonna do our time in this prison of the mind. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine, and it's gonna be alright.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah!
Hey everyone, I'm Miles Duffield, and so we're raising money for the Trevor Project. This cause is near and dear to my heart, but I wanted to make sure that you all knew exactly where your money was going and what the Trevor Project is about in the first place. So I'm going to read you their mission statement so that you get a clear idea of why we're supporting this lovely organization and what they do with the money that goes to them. So, the strategic mission of the Trevor Project is to end suicide among gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning young people. And the organization works to fulfill this mission through...
Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Starfound. Welcome back to Heartsinger Games. We are here for a very, very important reason today. A very important reason today. And that, very specifically, as you've seen if you've been watching the beautiful promo video, which was edited by the Magic Llama Mood, sitting over there with too many chins, or just enough chins, just the right amount of chins. There we go. We are raising money for the Trevor Project today, which, if you don't know what it is an incredibly important nonprofit organization whose mission is to stop suicides among young, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning people, which in this difficult and insane time are unfortunately still on the rise. So we thought that was a worthy cause for a Rage Pride Month celebration. Yeah. We know we're a little late. We don't care. It's Pride's all year, yo. Yeah. So that's the deal.
We ain't gonna stop.
Exactly. Yeah. We will not stop. But we are also Starfound, an actual play podcast of Paizo's wonderful epic space fantasy role-playing game, Starfinder. So, do we have anything else to say, Anne? Did I forget anything?
Really, that's pretty much it. You guys can type !donate. It'll also come through the chat periodically. So please consider donating. The goal right now is $500 by the end of the day. But I really think we can do better than that if we all just pull together.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very excited about it. So thank you for coming. Please share with your friends. Bring your friends. And of course, we're going to introduce ourselves now to you, including our special guest.
Yeah. We'll give you updates on how the fundraising is going every break, right? So stay tuned and please hit that donate button now. And if you want to support in other ways, please follow, please share, get more people in here. If you don't have the money to spare right now, who might? All right, so look at that. That sounds like we just got to share. That's what I'm talking about. Got to contribute.
Yay.
All right, so I am Miles Duffield, a.k.a. DM Daddy, a.k.a. I have the DM of many names. And you called me it so many times. I have to claim it now.
It's finally happening. It's best gift I could ever receive.
So I am also I stream on Geeks for Good 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I am also a professional game master on the aptly named milesduffield.com. So check out those things. And today, I am going to be running these fools to my other side, these fools over here, through a gauntlet of terrors and wonder. All right, I'm done. Go for it.
Oh,
Anne.
no. Hi, everybody. My name is Anne Richmond. I am the head bard in charge right here on Heartsinger Games, and I play Vlaka Solarian Amarukyuka, a Solarian Hunukia. Vlaka, bow to your queen, boo, and give me that give me it, though. Okay, that's me. Welcome.
Hello, Internet. My name is Dexter Warren, also on TikTok, Afro Sundere, and I play Jabberwocky, Skittermander Technomancer, spreading heart smile and robots.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I am Helena, also known as the Magic Llama from the Magic Llama Mood, and I play Kia, also known as Celestia. She's a Kasathan mystic scholar And she definitely drinks from the orange juice carton, but with a curly straw.
Amazing.
There we go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Parker Wallace. I use they, them pronouns, but all gendered terms are great. I love it. And on this podcast, I play Caster9, android mechanic and pilot of the Kingfisher, and now a part-time operative. And as always, happy to be of service.
Hello, everyone. Good day. Good to be here. My name is Marc. I am the resident Starfinder expert over on Manapod Studios. We stream all sorts of RPGs, but in particular, I handle most of the Starfinder content that's on that channel. I'm super excited to be here with the Starfound podcast. Thank you guys so much for the invite. I also want to just take a second to say I think what you guys are doing today is fantastic. And I also share the same sentiment. Everyone, please, if you can't donate, I understand, find other ways you can help out. This is a very important cause. It's okay to not be okay. Just find, please get the message out there and help us out any way you can.
Absolutely.
Before we start.
And thank you guys. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, Miles.
No, you're quite all right. Please go.
2 things, because it's happening. Yay! 200 bits from Chris over at Manapod. So thank you so much for starting us off with a bang.
What up, Chris?
Or as I call them, potheads. I made that joke to Chris. He was not happy. I shouldn't have done that.
I don't like it. I also want to thank the newest baby bards to enter the channel and give us a follow. We got Babs McGee.
That's actually my mother. So.
Oh, hey, Babs. Welcome, Mom.
Welcome, Mom.
Welcome to the cadre of parental units that come to the stream. Babs, Darling Archer, and No Wits, and of course, Marc Lake's music.
Yeah.
And you're actually here. So.
That's me.
Absolutely.
It's you. All right, that's all I got to say, Miles. Take us on an incredibly long adventure.
I know, right? So first, before we say anything else, Helena, I want you to check your mic input because I can't tell if it's the right one or not. Just real quick. If it is, that's quite all right. You're in a bouncier room than you're usually in. So the structure of today, good, great. The structure of today is going to be a little different than what we usually do, which is a simple 3-hour stream with one game. Today, we will be going through an adventure arc, which will include 3 separate 3-hour games. It will include 2 special guests, one of whom is sitting on stream right now. You know him, you love him, Marc. And it will also include... I don't know what's going to happen. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen. The last time that I ran a 12-hour game, I was in college. So, here... that was like 8 years ago.
Oh, no, you totally could have said it was yesterday.
Guys, we are living that triptych life.
Here we go.
Sure.
All right. So, Caster, you have spent all night in a state somewhere between awake and asleep, wrestling with the demon in your bow tie.
Confirmed demon?
No, I'm not saying anything. It won't tell you
These are
what
just
it is.
words.
It won't tell you what it is. You're right. That was a very provocative term that I used. It was meant to be abstract. It has been tearing away at you every time that you get up before it wants you to. It disables parts of your body. It feels a lot the way that you might imagine having a stroke, right? And it insists that if you don't do what it needs, it can kill you, and it will. It can shut down your brain. Well, it can shut down the parts of your brain that control your android heart. And you will die very, very quickly or be suspended in a afterlife. Now, why would it do this? Why is it doing this? After hours and hours of back and forth with this thing, you have ascertained that it needs something. It needs something very particular. And it won't tell you what it is, but it needs you all, you and your friends, as it puts it, to go and get it for it. It will, of course, come along for the ride, but it needs your help for whatever reason. So all of you wake up in the morning. Some of you have had more restful nights than others and are confronted by this problem. How much of this do you guys want to play out? Because we could start in media res at, like, on our way to the thing, or we could do the oh my god, Castor, are you okay? It's up to you.
We can do that on the way. We can
Yeah.
Scorsese it.
Scorsese!
Yeah.
We'll Scorsese it.
Yes, exactly.
Passing out
Only do
coffee.
trauma. We only do trauma on the run, Miles.
Exactly.
That's
Trauma on the run.
I'm sorry about your bow tie, but I need my coffee first.
Beautiful. So you agree, right, that you can leave the care of Brightclaw in the capable hands of the same people that you've been leaving in the capable hands of. And you have to you take off towards the first step of what might be a process. The thing in your bow tie, who calls himself Izaz. Izaz needs a key from some ancient temple on Castrovel known as the Silk Falls. Now, the Silk Falls is known to be this it's kind of like a mythical place, right? Oh my god, I got a donut delivery.
Oh, yes.
Is there anything better in life?
There's
Super
really
appreciate
not.
that. My partner Leah just delivered me morning donuts. I'm super pleased.
AKA the Stream Goblin.
The Stream Goblin.
Stream Goblin.
So actually, someone make me a culture check. Who's got this culture check, and then we'll see how much you know.
I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
I got a
sure you're
14.
14.
All right.
14.
That is a 26.
Ooh.
Woo! All right. So your 26 is going to tell you because you went to CU, right? Castrovel
did.
University. you
I'm
see,
in love.
got the sweatshirt on.
Yeah.
So you've heard of Silk Falls, right? Silk Falls is supposedly this ancient temple way out in the jungles of Castrovel that's been lost for years and years and years. But here's the thing. Your favorite professor at CU, a certain Professor Tobolo, help me, Mark. What's his last name?
Tobolo. His name is Tobolo.
Tobolo.
Spoilers, it's Mark.
Spoilers.
Shh, don't tell him.
What's the last name?
Greenfield. Tobolo Greenfield.
Professor Greenfield. Ooh, it sounds like a halfling right now.
Quick reroll.
It has been studying the Silk Falls for years and years and years. Deeply curious about it. Apparently, has some kind of attachment to various different nature spirits. Is like the mythos behind it, right? But he would never talk about it. He was very careful about it because the Silk Falls has this great and secret treasure hidden inside of it. So, as soon as you hear about this, you know where you're going, right? You hear Silk Falls, right? You're like, okay, here we go. I know who's gonna help us. It's my old professor, right? So you guys have zipped off on the Kingfisher, traveling through drift, and eventually arrive in orbit above Castrovel.
So as we arrive there, because we know, Castor, you've told us how much about your vision, everything.
That is a good of the vision. Sorry.
Well, of your conversation. Because I just want to be clear, we're going to Castrovel because you need this. Your demon necktie, whatever we're calling it, Izaz needs a key. Have you given us this name? Have you what all do we know from you about this that you've gotten us to go on this expedition?
I would think that I would have shared the name of this creature.
Okay.
That is because I know Castor wouldn't want them all to worry, but he also would be like, "Hey guys, can we quickly go to Castrovel because the demon thing in my bow tie kind of wants a key." Also, I would like to probably say that Castor is looking pretty worse for wear. Probably the worst he's ever looked in front of you guys. His hair is always like plasticky and slick back.
Yeah.
But now seeing like strands of hair, and like he didn't even bother like combing it, and like
Aw.
no jacket, and he's sweating through his button down.
Yeah.
Um,
So when we arrive at Castrovel,
Mm-hmm.
because I think, as always, emotional support captain would be sort of like, well, of course, we've come here. We're going to support you in all of your endeavors. But what exactly are we here for to do?
There's something that this thing wants to see or find, or I'm just trying to piece it together. I'm sorry. I'm like running on 2 hours of sleep, not even.
So on Castrovel, right? So it's somewhere. I would imagine in a woody area. Yes.
At this point,
Yeah.
Mark speaks up, but there's this like.
But not guest Mark.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Oh,
is that my cue? Is that my cue?
Is that my cue? No. It's very,
Computer
that's
Mark.
Deeply confusing.
Yeah.
Computer Mark, you're the computer of the Kingfisher. Your ship speaks
Yeah.
up, but his voice is not typical. It has this crackle inside of it, and he says,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm so sorry. He's being so cryptic. No, you need to find Silk Falls."
That's
Mark?
Not exactly. You all can call me Erza.
Erza?
I'm the thing you fear. I'm the nightmare in the machine.
Well, first of all, shame on you for being in there. Number one. Yeah, there is zero amounts of tail wagging. Zero tail wags are happening on this wolf lady.
Look, I don't think he said it yet, but if you don't do what I ask, I will kill Castor.
No.
Yes?
Oh.
Yes. Anyone else?
No.
Yes.
So Silk Falls. What are we looking for? What are we looking for?
Silk Falls, you need to find the key. The keeper should know what you're talking about. And don't worry, I'll be there, in your friend.
Yeah, she is growling, and then when he says "in your friend," she kind of like looks at Castor, and she's still growling, and then realizes it's like Castor's face that she's looking at, and like stops very suddenly.
Okay. Oh, guys. Oh, friendos. I know who we need to talk to.
Okay.
I know exactly who we need to talk to, but you must contain your enthusiasm.
Okay.
Oh, Troy.
Okay. So I had this professor at Castrovel, and he helped me with my thesis, and his name is Professor Greenfield. Toblo is his first name. Yes, Toblo.
Did I do it?
I just want to make sure I have
You're good.
Yes, Professor Toblerone. Got it. Okay. No.
Oh, that sounds even better. Oh my gosh. Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Professor Greenfield, and he is just the most knowledgeable person about zoology. He's one of my best friends. I got to be recommended to his class a couple of times. He wrote my he helped me with my resume, even though I only got a catering job after college. But he's the most knowledgeable of Silk Falls. He's been studying it for years, but he doesn't freaking talk about it.
But
right?
does he know anything about keys?
I don't know. But this is the guy to talk to. This is something that is mystical beyond belief, and some people don't even believe it exists. So this should be rather interesting. But you guys got to be chill, okay? He's famous, right? Like he's really famous, And but luckily I'm his best friend. Well, not best friend, but we know each other rather well.
All right. As Kia continues to ramble off, the Kingfisher like jolts a little bit and then zips down towards Castrovel University. Castor, you no longer have control over the Kingfisher. Just to throw that out there. Just you're welcome for that.
Quick gloss over. That's not okay.
You can't just say these things to us about my ship. Our ship. I'm sorry. My pack.
All right.
I'm mad at you.
Like, actually, you know what, Kia, talk to me about what Castrovel University looks like.
Okay, so Castrovel University is almost. It looks as if it's been like terraformed and built into the earth itself. So all of it is very bio-friendly. It's an extremely eco-friendly place. Everything, all of the buildings almost look as if they are almost tree trunks. Everything is wooden, but almost glistening. So it's this shiny wooden material, which is very strange. But they all arc up. There are a lot of towers. It's almost Gothic in structure. And it's got a huge quad. It's total college. There are people playing Frisbee all the time. And there's a bunch of different academic buildings. The science building is the largest because Castrovel University is known for its science studies, as the planet itself is extremely biodiverse.
Absolutely. Did something just happen, Anne? Are we okay?
Well, so, like, I've just been tracking the donations up until now, and I'm just going to tell you that we're at $160.
Whoa!
Thank you all so much.
Way to
Fantastic.
go!
What a quick little marker.
Everyone, thank you.
Thank you all so much.
So many awesome contributions. Thank you so much. We'll give you more of an update at the break.
All right. Because every once in a while, Anne goes...
Yeah, well, it's because it's like, it's not just like, whenever I check back, it's not just like one donation, it's like several people being awesome,
Exactly.
So I get excited.
Yeah, makes a face like she just had the most awesome lemon ever. Or wait, what's the name of that early New Millennium candy that was super sweet? Warheads.
Warheads.
It's definitely a warhead face. All right. I digress. So you land on the edge of Castrovel University, which of course has its like alumni docking pads, right? And you're able to sign in, like settle down, and you make your way into the university. So Tobolo, why don't you tell us about where your office is and what the approach and what it itself looks like?
So, Tobolo is very much like the weird, like, he's extremely knowledgeable, like, he knows a lot about his craft, but he is very off-putting because he just doesn't remember anyone or anything that's not a wild animal. So, like, he could tell you about, like, critters he's run into out in the jungles, but, like, any students he's come in, like, even if it was, like, someone he taught earlier that day, he'd be like, I don't know who you are, get out of my office. But, no, but his part of where he teaches, like his department is in the zoology, animal studies zoology, and it would be like when you would like walk towards it, you could see that like it's nice, and then all of a sudden the floors start to get a little dirtier, like it's a little dusty, like he's not really there, like he has office hours that are posted, but he's never there because he's always outside. Today, though, however, he's definitely in his office.
What is he doing in his office?
So he would be looking for his jar of rikichi droppings. Like, gotta.
What is
it? See where Kia gets it.
I love this. I love this.
I know I left it somewhere in here. I need it. Kind of experiment. I found a new one out there in the jungle. Gotta make sure it looks pretty good.
It's bait.
Make sure it matches up.
It's bait.
Can I follow up and ask? I'm sorry. Yeah. Remind us what ancestry you are, Tobolo.
So Tobolo is a Lashunta, so he's one of the race that is native to Castrovel. Lashuntas are dimorphic. So there's the Karasha, which are like short and stocky, and then there's the Damaya, which are like a little bit more lithe, a little bit more slender, a little taller. Tobolo is the Karasha, so he's a little bit short and stocky. He's got like 5 o'clock shadow, like when you walk into his office, there's a distinct like this guy hasn't showered in like 3 or 4 days, like at least, like just stuff all over the place. Like, just very, very, like I said, very off-putting, But like he knows his shit. He knows his shit.
Yeah. So
He's
as you approach Amaruk, you especially can smell many different kinds of shit. As you approach.
she smells and then as they get closer to the door, and this big like kind of lupine like anthro wolf woman is just kind of like walking through the halls of this university, kind of taking it in, and the closer they get, the more she just kind of double takes at Kia, who like, what's Kia look like on the approach?
And I am fully just like picture small and excited Kasatha just kind of strutting down the halls, being like, my alma mater, I went here.
So many arm pumps. So many arm pumps, yeah. And as they get closer, she kind of, oh no, he smells really special, Kia.
I know. Contain your enthusiasm. He smells like science.
Like,
I'm just gonna jump in here and say I'm pretty sure that's not science.
It is. It's the truest kind of science that there is. And then she smell a little like stool samples, I will say.
She says, "Now that's a bouquet right there. That's a really good ear. It's a good ear."
Round the corner into his office, he has like the nameplate that's half hanging off, and like someone for sure. has like the final like a latest edit made to it in Sharpie. And in the room, it's just an absolute mess because it's not in use. Right? The office is not something, he doesn't have office hours. He does on paper, but really he asks you to meet him somewhere out in the jungle, and a couple students have gotten lost. It's an issue with the school. But so there's these messes of papers certainly on the desk, unopened mail, and then like samples and samples and samples. I hit my microphone all around the walls. As well as like a few, I feel like you've got to have just runaway live animals. I feel like there's the equivalent of just geckos just living in here.
None
open
that
the
like,
window.
so it would be one of those things where like if that's in there, like he just doesn't care.
Exactly.
Like he doesn't intentionally bring them back, but if they just crawl out of his jacket, he's just like, "Oh, what's going on, little critter? Get you in one of these jars. Get you in one of these little aquariums."
Just exactly. Just feeds them, but doesn't bring them.
Yeah.
So there's little collection of small jungle mice poop in the corner, right? And
I feel like the zoology department is like right next to the locker room, so like every now and then there might be a complaint or like one like crawls into like the little like football teams like, whoa, what's going on?
Exactly. Constantly messing up Spaceball.
Yes.
Darn that green fields. I want more CU adventures now. All right.
Oh my god.
So they come around the corner. Actually, you don't know what any of these people look like. We've like kind of described them. Why don't you all go through a quick description of yourselves, starting with Anne?
Okay, that's me. Who's Anne? So Amaruk is this very tall, white, mostly Vlaka, which is to say an anthropomorphic wolf warrior woman. Around her head floats this radiant moat of energy that just kind of slowly orbits around her kind of ears, which twitch a little bit as she takes in the new surroundings. She's got kind of a glowy ember-like eyes when they catch the light, and across her face is kind of speckled these black markings that look a little bit like Desna's butterfly wings across her eyes. And she is wearing a very crystalline influenced armor. She Lorg. That's it.
Badass.
Yeah, she is. But it's a pretty good ass as far as... No, I'm kidding. As far as wolves go.
Right.
Yeah.
Jabby.
What you see?
Amazing. You see a Skittermander, a short humanoid creature. Imagine Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, but 3 sets of arms, bushy fox-ish kind of tail with teal skin or teal fur with aquamarine bands. He has a pair of goggles on his forehead with lapis lazuli lenses, and he's wearing a jacket zipped up or a hoodie with headphones built into the hood. Currently holding one of the lanyards that he picked up from the visitor center and a map in his lower set, and avoiding the little piles of poop that he realized are not erasers.
They're not
Amazing.
Great,
Those
Castor.
aren't raisins.
So Castor is an android. He has you can tell that he is an android that has been reattached and like sewn back together because like his arms and legs have these stitches down the center of down the middle of his face is bisected. You can tell it's two different skin tones on each side.
Oh,
His
wow, okay.
right eye is a little glassy, while the other one is like this like light lavender purple. And normally his exocortex is behind his bow tie, and I can imagine that right now with Izaz in there, that like it's kind of like creeping this like black like mark that's just like crawling up and just trying to like sort of like an infection almost. And he also has the custom rig on his palm, on his right palm, which is connected down to his arm via like these copper wirings. And he's normally like really dapper looking. And right now he's just in his spats, his button down, his pants, and he's using his sword cane to just kind of like walk around.
Amazing.
Right. Ooh, awesome.
I'm into it.
Great. And finally, Helena?
So Kia is a rather short Kasathan. Kasathans are basically these gray, beautiful cone heads. And they have four arms. Kia is not the most dexterous of Kasathans, and so she's constantly tripping over herself and her words. And she has these jet black eyes, but occasionally there comes this little like glint, like full-on Steven Universe like red star that just like pops in and out when she gets excited about something. And she wears an all black like skin tight suit. It's a little sexy. We love character development. And she has this huge dueling sword strapped to her back, laser pistol on her thigh, and a papoose with a squawks in it named Brispex. And the squawks is this like adorable little fox squirrel creature. And I think that's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Nice. Cool boots.
Fantastic. Beautiful.
Cool
All right.
boots, important.
So you guys have come around the corner. You see each other. You suddenly, strangers are entering your office. Tabolo, go for it.
He doesn't even care. Like, he's just like, shut the door behind you. Make sure none of the geckos get out.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Can I grab one of the like purple geckos and be like, oh my god, you still have Shirley. Oh my god, Professor Tobolo. Mr. Greenfield, sir, hello.
He like turns around and he's just like, hey there? How y'all doing?
So incredibly well. I'm so excited to see you again.
Y'all are students, are you? Like, I know it says I'm supposed to be here during office hours. I really just came to pick up a couple samples, and then like he sees Jabby and Almaruk, and like all of a sudden his eyes just get like super wide. Oh my good, bless Waydan himself. Oh my god, is that a Skittermander? Is that a Vlaka?
It's pronounced Vlaka, but that's okay.
That's what I said, right? I said Vlaka. All right.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've
Like
heard
goes
it.
and like on his
Always.
desk, like his knife is just like stabbed into it, and like he goes and like picks it up, and he like kind of runs over, like super creepy, and he's like, "Can I just get a little bit of that fur? I would just love a little bit of that fur. Just gotta, I just gotta contain my excitement. I don't really get a lot of opportunities to see Skittermanders out here."
That's very forward.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jabby uses his force soul, so he like steps up on the thin air, kind of like in Doctor Strange, where you see the little light up stuff, and he just kind of like sits on the top of the highest
Out of
shelf
reach.
he can find.
Amaruk tries to walk up there with him and has no such luck. So it's like when you miss the last stair and she just kind of like stumbles forward. And then she awkwardly looks at Tabolo and goes, "My mother told me never to give fur to strangers."
And he's like, oh, and he looks at his knife and he's just like, oh, I'm sorry. He like throws it back into his like little where are my manners? My name is Professor Greenfield. I prefer Tobolo. Mr. Greenfield was my father, and his father before him, and his father before him, and I think that father before them too. I think that might have been my mother's great grandmother. Whatever it is, welcome in. What kind of questions you got? Please don't tell me y'all are students.
Oh no, well, Kia, please.
I was a student. Do you remember me? I was on the 3rd row of your zoology class. You helped me with my thesis.
Oh, were you the one that we were talking about the mountain eels and what their saliva tastes like? Is that the one?
No, I think that was Bradford. Mine was about the biodiversity. We had this whole thing. I started way too general, and then we specified and started talking about more. That's not why we're here. You don't remember me, do you?
And like he's just kind of like nervously like, no, I remember you. Your name was Bethany, right?
No, Bethany sat on the 1st row. I was on the 3rd row because I didn't want to seem overeager. Anyway, Kia's like, her voice is cracking, and she's like, "Oh my god, all of this work I put into this."
And not Tabolo. Amaruk is like seeing this happen and like realizing what's happening because she's like fairly good at sense motive, I'm guessing. I don't know, passive sense motive. It's not a thing in this game, but I'm guessing. And
Go for it.
She just like, because it's the best story that could be told. So she looks between you and she goes, "You remember, right? You remember, Kia? She's very memorable."
Yes. Oh, Kia, how you doing? How you been? It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Roll deception.
Yes, it has.
What is my? Oh man.
Bluff check.
Let's see here. Okay, that is a. Okay, here we go. It's a 16.
Roll sense motive, Kia. PvP.
I remember you now, Kia. How can I forget?
So that was a 19.
You and your 4 arms and mask.
Do you have a face? Do you have a face covering?
Yes. I do. It's like a black mesh.
I remember you. It's the nose that gives it away. It's clearly covered up by that.
Yeah. But so Amaruk standing behind Kia doesn't say anything, just crosses her arms and kind of looks down over her nose at this guy, just appraising his worth. That he like, as if like, how could you not remember one of my best friends? Like that's the vibe.
Yes.
While his character sheet may say different, this guy's probably got like 50 credits to his name. Like he is just not like just complete and utter like just chaos at all times.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna push us on to our topic at hand. So one of you
we could do this forever.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm pushing us forward.
So, Professor, Mr. Greenfield, Tobolo, we need to get to the Silk Falls. I know that is your area of expertise and your specialty, and we seem to have a bit of an issue. My friend Castor has an item that is, could you explain it? I don't quite understand it. Castor.
A crystalline gremlin or something crawled into my exocortex and now won't shut up about going to Silk Falls. I'm Castor. Hi.
Howdy.
At your service.
I never heard of no crystalline gremlin. Might be worth looking into, and he like kind of gets in real close, like to try to look at the little like where you said it crawled in.
Yeah, it's like at the top of his sternum, like right behind where his bow tie would be.
Okay.
His name is Izaz. Izaz.
Yeah, that's what he keeps on saying.
You said 3 names, I think now.
I just wanted to shut.
We're gonna stick with
Miles,
Urza.
please.
We're gonna stick with
Urza.
Urza. I definitely said Azaz, and you wrote it down because good for you.
Because I take copious and diligent notes.
I have notes.
Because Izaz was in the ship.
Yeah.
And then Urza was in the
No, Urza was in the
No,
ship,
it's the
too.
same.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the same one.
Same
We just
thing.
said it differently.
Wonderful.
Okay, Urza.
My
Like,
bad.
New canon.
Not yours.
You so
Urza.
like this little thing's telling you got to go where again? Like I'm sorry, you got to tell me one more time. I ain't never heard no students talk about that.
Silk Falls. He wants some sort of key or something. He just keeps on talking about this key, and he's keeping me up all night.
Yeah. All right. So
I don't know what to do.
So as you hear this, Tabolo, and I'm assuming you're going to share this with the party, right? You have been studying Silk Falls for many years, and Silk Falls. It's said to hold a great treasure, but not so much as a great treasure as like the old Formian translations, right? From deep back in long extinct hives, but when there were multiple hives on an ancient planet, like probably pre-Gap or some like records are not consistent about this at all.
Right.
It says that the Silk Falls was more of a way forward or a way through, right? Some kind of combination of those sentiments. And you've been searching it for years, for years and years and years. And a lot of that is because a lot of times when what is your deity?
Waydan, the god of exploration and
thought.
monsters.
The weird thing about D&D is that, and about these games, is that was in my prep, and this is the first time we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Is that Silk Falls is a temple of Waydan from before the Gap, from an ancient type of worship of Waydan. So yeah, that's the extra info that you know about Silk Falls.
Okay.
I'll let you ask a couple more questions about it if you have them, Mark, because you're the expert.
No, I mean, like, honestly, like, we can go just right off of that. Honestly, we can like that. I feel like that would be enough of what he would want to share, anyways.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Because like at this point, like, he kind of like opens the door again, looks out the hallway, closes it again.
Yeah.
Now, y'all sure y'all ain't the students anymore, right?
No, I graduated a while back. I'm rather old.
No, I've never.
Anyway.
Well, I gotta. Okay, so good, because they told me I'd lose my tenure if students came back after one of my explorations missing arms again. So if we're gonna go to Silk Falls,
we've got some arms to spare, honestly. So.
kind of like.
She laughed.
Well,
she do a laugh.
Just to kind of give you some heads up, Silk Falls is kind of like something I've kind of like my holy grail, if you will, shrine to my god Waydan, and I would love, like, if you guys want to go with me, it's kind of, I'd take that as a special pilgrimage. Just know it ain't gonna be no easy trip. We're going out there. You gotta be able to protect yourself. So
Yeah,
get,
so
get what you need.
She looks at you as you say Wayden. She goes, "Oh yeah, Wayden. He's kind of like, a lesser Desna."
If you wanna say that, it's fine. I mean, like, to each their own, I guess. You wanna follow butterflies? That's cool with me. Like, just let me expect them butterflies. I'd
That's
love
cool.
to get them under the microscope.
Do you talk to Wayden sometimes? Is that cool? Do you talk to him?
I prefer to talk to little critters more than gods, but
that's really cute.
I appreciate you.
And this is Respects. Speaking of critters, this is our Squawks. Respects.
Y'all got a Squawks?
Squawks?
And, like, he runs over to his desk and, like, pulls out, like, clearly expired Squawks, like, feed, and, like, just goes, "Hey, come here, little critter," and, like, tries to feed it to them.
Very
how long
picky
of a journey
eater.
will this be? He is. But how long of a journey will this be? Do you know?
That's a good question.
Well, I
Tabolo.
got this here map, and if I'm just being honest, I've actually never been able to find it myself. It could be a couple days, could be a week, could be looking at a fortnight.
Great. Fantastic. So as you like spread the map out so that everyone can examine it, right? In fact, it's Formian, right? We're talking about this being Formian, so it's not on parchment. It's like carved into a piece of basalt, right? And as you like get it out, it's like remarkably light. Let's say it's not on basalt; it's on some deep stone that is easier to carry and move, right? So that it can be used as a book, right, or a piece of parchment. You lay it down on your desk on top of the years of discarded mail. And as you all start to crowd around it, Parker, your open shirt and your bow tie hanging to the side, a light starts to spark out of your exocortex. And this projector shoots out and starts to like carve along the same lines as the indentations in the template, or in the tablet. You can tell it's morning.
Saddle up, Miles. We out here all day.
Oh boy.
And as it does, there's like pieces of the tablet that have been worn away by time, right? Pieces that had been scratched away. It starts to pave new carvings into it.
Ain't that just beat
Painting out that the city that you were actually trying to go to is not, in fact, Silk Falls on your previous expeditions, right? The city that we're trying to go to, it's like a way station on the way to Silk Falls. Sort of a watchtower, it looks like, and as you examine this more and more careful, you see the symbol of Waden painted out in place of the actual temple. You see that it looks like there's some kind of plants with that like seem to like glow, and then there's like large chasms and like a bunch of different like ways to get through to this temple. So
fantastic. Where have you been all my life? He like looks over like at Castor.
Well, depends. Acton, usually, and then out and about, and then just sort of hanging around Absalom Station. Is this... What is this?
This is the key to what I've been looking for the past 20-odd years. Do you realize what you've done? And like he just kind of like grabs and starts shaking Castor. Like, do you realize what this is? Do you realize what this is?
Don't please.
And like he like runs over to grab his coat and like immediately throws it on. What y'all waiting for?
Yeah. Oh, let's go. Oh my God, science.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And Amaruk is gonna kind of follow out, but with Castor, just like putting an arm like comfortably around Castor to steady them.
Great.
Oh,
Nice.
So you all head out. Head across the large quad, through the entrance to Castrovel University, and like hop into a taxi. Actually, can I get the best? Who has the best perception here?
Well, I
I have
would
a
love to
10.
say that it's me, but it
10?
might not be. Let me see here. Hold on.
10 for Kia.
That's a 0 for me.
12?
Perception. No, I
I'm
got
just
12.
bumping music.
It's Kia.
Tabolo.
It's Kia.
It's Tabolo with 12.
Tabolo.
Yes.
Living it up large.
Sense.
You want to stay on the show, Tabolo? We got room for perceptive motherfucker.
Yes. Hold on, here it comes. Ooh, that's 97 for 19.
97. God damn it.
I love Starfinder.
Great.
and the
Wait, I gotta
numbers.
get out my own dice. Ooh,
Honestly.
busting out the D.
Can I do survival to try to like do that? It's a little bit better.
That's not what this is about just yet.
Cool.
It's not.
We'll
no,
get
now
to
you.
it.
No, you've rolled, and now you will suffer for your roll.
Yes.
That's how this works here, Mark.
I'm so used to the other way around where I give out the suffering. Please.
Yeah, no.
Make me suffer. Make me suffer.
DM Daddy, make it hurt.
Hurt me.
You realize very quickly that someone's following you. A dwarf in a black coat with a black fedora.
I don't know.
That image is just too good for me. Like a blonde black coat and a black fedora is following you.
Okay.
Right? When you guys hop into the taxi, Castrovelian taxis are green and they have like checkers on the side, right? And they're like kind of long and sleek. They're all solar powered and they have antennae just like a Lashunta. And it takes off. He hops into another one behind you and begins following you out to the edge of town. So in order to get into the jungle, right, you have to like hire a expedition vehicle that'll take you off and a little bit deeper out into the area where it's impossible to take vehicles, right? And taking your ship would be a waste of time because you would have to like parachute down through the canopy or like zip line down into the canopy, and you might land right on something terrible because there's lots of awful things inside of the Castrovelian
Jurassic
jungles.
Park.
Some of the trees are carnivorous.
Exactly.
So you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Isn't this a planet full of megafauna?
There are some megafauna in Castrovel, yeah.
There are.
Great.
Yeah, but you guys are familiar with megafauna. You know what that's all about.
Heard of moon?
I hate it.
What was that, Parker?
I said we've heard of moonflowers before.
Oh gosh.
It must. If it dies, it dies.
I'm a tasty little nugget in a big world.
So you managed to hire a large hover barge, right, to carry all of yourselves out, and you zip off. Do you tell the crew about the dwarf, or are you keeping that to yourself, Tabula?
So he's gonna use his telepathy to just like go into everyone's minds, and his voice is still very much that same like southern drawl.
Yeah.
Heads up, we got a sharply dressed dwarf on our tail. I don't know, might be a student trying to hunt me down for a paper or something. I don't know.
That's no good. Do you think that could be a deadlock?
What? I mean, maybe.
We've encountered some dwarves that may be running a bit of a shady operation.
But not all dwarves, Kia.
I know, but there was that one son that was super shady, and fedora equals shady or milady.
Perhaps
man.
both. Okay. So she says, I say we figured this thing out, and she gets like a mischievous look in her eye, and then she's gonna like hide, like try to just like find a place, get ahead of the group a little bit, and then hide in the bushes so that she can tackle him when he walks by behind us.
Fantastic. So
like loop around the back.
So you like as you're on the way to the rental place. I'm going back in time. We're reneging.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So as we're on the way to the rental place, you hop out of the taxi cab and like try to get around behind him. Why don't you make a stealth check?
Ha! Okay.
7-foot wolf stealth check. Go.
Listen, I'm not bad at it.
All right.
I'm not bad at it.
And the Looney Tunes theme plays.
So altogether a 19.
Nice.
Oh.
Beautiful. So he doesn't
19's
seem
all
to
right.
see you as he zips ahead. All your friends get out, and he gets out as well and follows them just to the edge. And then something happens. He gets spooked, right?
Ooh.
You think that he notices that you're not with them anymore, right?
And so as soon as I see him get spooked, I'm gonna like, I don't want to say tackle him to the ground, but I do want to say like pull him off to the side against the side of like a building. Like I picture all of these buildings to be like partial, like super old, partially ruins, just like people making the best of like reclaiming a situation. Is that, I don't know.
Now.
That's what I'm picturing.
It is
because
now.
I also picture like a taxi in a jungle and what that looks like. It's like
totally.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what this section of Castrovel looks like for 1 second. It's absolutely like the jungle is always trying to find its way into this city.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not that they're ruins, it's just that they're constantly having to, rather than maintain, they're having to adjust. right?
Yeah.
Suddenly your
Like,
wall
nothing is
is
straight.
trees. Everything's
Yeah.
like bending and trying to pull your entire world apart, right?
Yeah.
So you rush forward to try to grab this guy, right? I
Yeah.
want you to make a grappling check.
Yeah. Oh, that's not great.
Oh.
But I don't want to use my one Desna a day roll right now.
It's gonna be a long day.
It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
So I guess grapple. What is that? Athletics
It's a straight attack.
or just strength
Yeah, straight.
or a straight attack?
Let's do straight attack. Yeah.
Okay, well then that's better. 17.
Got Mark nodding, so that means I did good.
Good, yeah. Mark is like, so rules, and we're like, help.
Great. So you
Hold it back.
They're more like guidelines.
You dash forward and reach towards this dwarf who ducks and spins out of the way, and his fedora comes off, and it's a beardless dwarf. Who has this sharply cut face, and it's a little bit handsome. He has carefully cropped hair that's got mousse in it and everything. He looks very, very put together, and he kind of looks at you with surprise, smirks, and throws down a smoke bomb.
Yeah. So I go to say, why are you?
Amaruk wanders out of the smoke and into the rental place.
Yeah, she just walks into the wall and she's like, "Hello, have you seen a small man in a fedora?"
Who are you talking to?
Whoever's in the rental
Whoever's in the rental place. They say, no, we haven't seen that.
She looks very lost. She kind of does a circle.
Yeah.
Right? Tail wag circle, and then goes back outside to see them. And she looks out the door at everybody waving away the smoke, and she says, "Did you see where he went?"
Yeah, so in my head, they had gone inside of the rental place, right? And
okay,
you were
so she
outside.
does all that inside.
Great,
yeah.
yes.
And she goes, "Did you see where he went?"
It takes a quick look around to see that he took off, right? He is no longer. You have scared him away for sure.
Cool. Great.
Yeah. I'm not
Good
gotten
job,
much
Amaruk.
information.
Yeah.
Well, you know what he looks like, right?
Yeah.
Master of
You know what he looks like.
Beardless dwarf.
All right. Beautiful. So you guys hop on your barge and take off towards the jungle, and eventually you reach the massive, deep jungle, which features these huge deciduous trees that stretch up into the sky, right? Greenery and vines hanging down off them, and just like our rainforests, but on a greater scale, they have various different ecosystems, right? That adjust depending on what height you're on. So you're able to begin by clambering up into the medium ecosystem, which let's call the sub-canopy, right? Which is a series of interconnecting vines and lower branches that stretch out for miles and miles and miles. And as you walk, you see 8-armed monkeys, furry spiders, swinging through the trees, right? Their fur is orange and red to scare away predators, and Tobolo remarks that they're indeed poisonous, and if they throw their poop at you, you want to duck because it's actually acid.
Or
grab a sample.
I picture a weird meet cute where Kia and Tobolo both go to grab the same sample, and it's no, it's fine, you take it. It's just in my head.
Pile of shit.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So you continue on this way for a while. Anyone have any questions, actions, comments, concerns?
Jabby takes a deep breath of the jungle air, and just gets very nostalgic, and he says, "It's nice to be in a jungle again."
I love it here. Anything could kill us.
Yeah.
Amaruk, who is used to very cold weather, says it's very humid, and she begins. You look over, and it's just poof, like Pomeranian, because of the humidity. So she's extra floofster.
So good.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So you have to swing across various vines to get to different parts of the canopy, right? Insects crawl along the undergrowth. Birds fly from place to place. Some of them seem like they're following you very curiously, instantly managing to mimic your voices and some of them even your mannerisms. And eventually you all get to this place where there's several different vines, and you swing over one at a time, land on this large branch, and finally when Jabby swings across last, arms flailing in the wind, you land and there's a crack. And the branch begins to tumble downwards off the side of this tree. I need... what tactics are you guys using to save yourselves? Let's start with Anne.
Okay. Oh, God, who's Anne? I am going to jump and try to... you know what? I'm going to let everybody have their bodily autonomy. That's not cute. But I'm going to jump out of the way with my athletics being what it is.
So jump out of the way meaning?
Meaning, so the branch is coming tumbling down
let
towards us?
me re-explain this, because clearly I did not communicate. The branch you are landing on is beginning to break and fall down.
Oh, okay, just kidding.
With all of our weight on it?
Yes.
I misunderstood.
It was a Skittermander too many.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and... Is there a branch above us that I could jump towards and hold on to?
Far too high up.
Is there one below us I could jump towards?
That's a good idea. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so as you fall, you look out, and there's like a bunch of smaller branches and vines that you can try to save yourself on so you don't fall all the way to the ground.
So really what I'm going to do is activate graviton mode because I sense danger. And I'm just gonna grab Jabby's one of their arms. I'm gonna grab for any arm that's near me. It can be anybody.
Great.
I'm just gonna suck myself with gravity to the side of the tree.
Fantastic, beautiful.
I love that.
I'm super into that. All right.
I also,
so you grab
as we're
Tobolo,
falling-
who is closest to you, wrinkle your nose, and suck yourself to the side of the tree. Jabby, you're up next.
What in tarnation?
As we start to fall, I use my 4 souls to just kind of like walk closer on the air to where Amaruk is, and then ready if anyone needs it to cast fly to slow their descent. If anyone needs it.
Fantastic. Wait, how are you able to float?
So as long as I'm not ending my turn mid-air, I can walk places. So I would be like walking towards where Amaruk was.
Amazing. Make an athletics check to cling on to the side of the tree, or to Amaruk, you know.
All right, easy.
Tobolo, Jabby. Just like
she's like, got him.
Yeah, actually, everyone has to hold on to Amaruk now. That's a joke.
Oh,
no! A 19.
Yes. 19. Beautiful. So you, like, walk over and grab onto and, like, sit on Amaruk's shoulders, and she slips slightly. Parker.
Her little claws stick in.
All right. Castor's going to use his sword cane to and use the 20-foot of cable to sort of lasso. Can I use my reflex save for that?
Oh, that's so cool. Yes, you can.
It's amazing.
So into that.
Yes, do all of that. In fact, do it twice.
Go, Indy, go. Oh, I talked over your number.
Oh, 16.
16. Beautiful. But because it's not over 30, your cable wraps around Amaruk's shoulders and pulls her further down slightly.
Oh, no.
So at this point, Amaruk goes shing, and her claw weapon made of hard light extends from her hand, and she just punches it into the tree. So that plus like concentrating very hard on gravity thoughts is all that's holding everybody to this tree.
I am the void. Yeah. I am the void. I am the void. All right, Kia.
So I am going to. Here's the thing. I have a spell I can use. However, knowing Kia, she's just going to try to aim for that lower branch to just, like, get there.
Fantastic. Athletics check.
Yeah, like a cat. That is hilarious. That's a nat 1. And
Yeah.
that's a 9.
Oh man.
Amazing.
Marc, I don't want to take away your agency. What does Tobolo do? Does Tobolo do anything to shore up, or?
Oh no, like being grabbed by Amaruk is like perfect. He just starts laughing. Ain't laugh in the jungle great? And just like and just like swinging. I imagine he's like held upside down, like
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He's swinging like it's a game, and she's like,
yeah.
swinging.
Beautiful.
Like,
How fast can we go?
So I'm going to use Kia's wonderful natural 1. Kia leaps, lands on Tobolo. There's a moment where you two are close to each other, like very close.
Remember me now.
Exactly. Actually, I'm wondering if he remembers her smell better than her. That's maybe too sexual, but it seems like something that Tobolo would be more likely to remember. Oh, and then there's a snap as the large chunk of bark that you're holding on to comes off, and you all tumble downwards towards the ground. I need each of you to roll 3d6 as you fall for damage.
So can I just reactivate my graviton and shake myself free of everybody and run down the tree?
Make a reflex save from hell?
Okay. I will.
Is it
You're the one
possible?
that thinks everybody attached to me. I had no agency in that.
No, it all says no.
Well, he's not here. In my mind, that's a natural 1. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no,
I accept
I'm
it.
going to make you take double damage because you pushed it. Roll
Is
66.
it possible to try to roll acrobatics to try to mitigate some
yes,
some
absolutely,
bits?
go for it. DC
right.
17, just so everyone knows.
DC 7.
Yeah, so 13 was mine. So
I got a 22 for acrobatics.
Nice,
and
beautiful,
then for
beautiful. Take half
total
damage of your roll.
damage. Okay, that was 9. So do we
4.
round up or down?
I'm letting you round down.
4 points of damage.
Generally, we round
Goodbye,
up,
stamina.
I rolled
fell out
a
of a
lot
tree.
of 5s and 6s, just to be very clear.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's how it
everyone
works, right?
lands on top of Amaruk.
I feel frustrated.
The smelliest part of Tobolo lands on Amaru.
Yes.
And we all think we know what that is, but we're not right.
Kia follows the party as Helena uses the restroom really, really fast. I'm so sorry. I'm in pain.
It's okay.
No,
Get
you're
out of
fine.
here. Go take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that was a lot of damage.
Actually, we're close enough to break. Let's just take our break here
Okay.
and move
okay,
on
cool.
to the latter half in a second. Check out
Cool.
our
So we
promos.
wake
Yeah.
up on the floor.
We're gonna wake up on the
first
floor.
of all, before we
Yeah.
go, I want to tell everybody that we're going to do a giveaway of the Starfinder core rulebook. So to enter the giveaway, you must enter the keyword Tobolo. I'm putting it in chat right now. Please put this word in chat only once. Subscribers have double luck, and that is something to know. So go ahead, type in Tobolo. You will be entered to win, and we will announce that when we get back, as well as thank all of our incredible donors. Oh my God, you guys, we are over halfway to our goal.
Oh,
What?
the first game!
Let's do this. First game, $500. Let's go. All right. We'll be
Yeah.
right back, everyone. Don't go anywhere. Hey, everyone. I'm Miles Duffield, and so we're raising money for the Trevor Project. This cause is near and dear to my heart, but I wanted to make sure that you all knew exactly where your money was going. Hey, everyone. I'm Miles Duffield, and so we're raising money for the Trevor Project. This cause is near and dear to my heart, but I wanted to make sure that you all knew exactly where your money was going and what the Trevor Project is about in the first place. So I'm going to read you their mission statement so that you get a clear idea of why we're supporting this lovely organization and what they do with the money that goes to them. So, the strategic mission of the Trevor Project is to end suicide among gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning young people. And the organization works to fulfill this mission through 4 strategies. 1. To provide crisis counseling to LGBTQ young people thinking of suicide. 2. To offer resources, supportive counseling, and a sense of community to LGBTQ young people to reduce the risk that they become suicidal.
3, to educate young people and adults who interact with young people on LGBTQ competent suicide prevention, risk reduction, and response. And 4, to advocate for laws and policies that will reduce suicide among LGBTQ young people. Now, we here at Starfound chose this nonprofit, this lovely organization, because of that mission statement, because the issues that it addresses, many of us faced as kids, many of us still face today. We know that we could have used some help. We know that plenty of kids today in this world that becomes increasingly hostile in many ways to LGBTQ young people could use some help. So thank you for watching and for listening, and remember, you can find the donation link at any time by typing !donate in the chat. Enjoy the stream.
Pride, in a queer sense, is a necessity. Pride is a celebration. Pride is resilience. Pride says that I'm here, not in spite of you or because of you. It says, I'm here because I need to be. It is the audacity to seek to live rather than just exist. It is a commitment to the work of self-love even when you don't want to clock in. It says, I am a diamond. I don't need to worry about shoe pebbles. Pride says, I am made of love. Pride is the righteous fury of those who've been on the cutting edge of culture yet left on the cutting room floor of society. Pride is overt and subtle. It is too much for the sake of being enough. It is the camp of those who had to hide at camp. It is the shout of those who have always been crying out for what we can be. Pride is me. Pride is a read, and pride is tea. Pride is every hue. Pride is you. Pride means everyone gets a seat at the table or none of us eat. Pride is and will be. Yeah.
Hello friends, it's me, the Magic Llama, of the Magic Llama Mood, and of this incredible queer space-tacular situation, Gays in Space! I'm super excited to get to work with the Trevor Project. I have been a big fan of the Trevor Project for a heckin' long time. Ages ago, Chris Colfer from Glee, I think, partnered with them or something, and I was a big Glee nerd back in the day, and that's when I learned about it. Just some background info for you. I am super excited to celebrate Pride this year while social distancing. I, in the past, have gone to Pride parades, and your girl gets so overstimulated by the Pride parades. I've tried and I've tried, but I am just a small little weeb in the big world. But I'm excited to celebrate it. I identify as pansexual. It's been a long journey to come to that term and to come to terms with the term. And I'm happy with myself, finally. Finally, yeah, it's a thing. It's a new thing, which is kind of cool. I grew up in the South, in a rather conservative community, and I went to an all-girls Episcopal school. And the school was super accepting and diverse and wonderful, but there was this underlying religion aspect. It's hard to be yourself when you are constantly having religion tell you that you shouldn't be yourself. I had a lovely time at the school. It was perfect for me, and I fell in love with somebody that identified as female. And I was so incredibly ashamed. It was something that kind of consumed me. Had a lot of trips to the counselor. Shout out to counselors in school. There should be counselors in school and not police in school. It took a lot of work and self-reflection to allow myself to like myself. And luckily, the more I started liking myself, the easier it was to be myself. Crazy, right? I love that I love so many. I'm pansexual, so that means I love everyone. Everyone's super hot. Hey, you hot. And so I'm really, really excited to get to celebrate Pride in this incredibly inclusive community. I've always found D&D and all the tabletop RPG communities to be incredibly accepting. It's literally a place where you can live out your dreams. So you can step into someone else's shoes and learn from their perspective, which I think is a super helpful tool just in general. They should teach D&D in schools, just saying. So Pride means a ton to me. I am happy that I am who I am. I think I'm really cool. Don't tell anyone. I think I'm very, very cool and secretly extremely funny. It's a big secret. Don't tell anyone. And I'm so happy to work with the Trevor Project. The Trevor Project, my first knowledge, aside from Chris Colfer from Glee, was that they had a hotline for people that were in a moment of crisis. LGBTQ plus folks could go and call this hotline and have someone talk to them. And I find that to be extremely helpful because a lot of times depression and anxiety can take over a person. I know this from experience, unfortunately. So this service that the Trevor Project provides is extremely helpful. So, happy Pride. Let's continue this adventure in space. I'm sure there's some crazy, crazy stuff happening in this world. Haha! Happy Pride, sparkles everywhere. We love ourselves. We love ourselves. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Hey guys, it's me. Pride is a really difficult subject for me because I always feel so outside. You know, I've identified as a queer ally for a long time, but I also know that I'm not really straight, but I don't really know where to put myself. I think sometimes I might be pansexual, I think sometimes I might be bisexual, or I don't even know. And I haven't spent a lot of my life investigating it. There's a lot of emphasis in Pride in being like, I am this. This is how I identify. I've always felt really pressured to choose an identity or discover my identity during this time of year, and it's really hard. And I guess I just wanted to share that with you because if I feel like this, there must be other people who feel like it too. And I just wanted to express that it is okay to go on your own personal journey. No one should be forcing you to move faster than you're ready to go. It's an adventure, and that's a positive thing. And being able to kind of express that and share that with the cast of Starfound and having all of them say, that's okay, that's fine, you are valid, really made me stop and take stock because I was feeling like I wanted to do these videos, but I didn't know what I could contribute, what the best support I could give to the queer community is beyond hosting the event. And, you know, they really made me feel valid and safe. The thing I can hope for all of you most is that you find people in your life that make you feel valid and safe, so that when you're ready to explore or express how you're feeling, that they'll be there for you. And I'm really, really blessed to have that, both in Starfound, in the community of baby bards on my Twitch channel and beyond. Keep being that and be it for whoever you can be, because you never know when someone might need to talk. And that's one of the reasons why the Trevor Project is such an important organization, because they help people who are not as privileged as I am to be in this life where I can explore at my own pace and not be in danger. There are other people out there who are, and the Trevor Project makes it possible for them to find comfort, seek help that they need, and all of that when they might be a danger to themselves just by their given circumstances, things that they could not control or don't have the power to change themselves. I hope that you guys will consider donating, because it's important that we lift people up during this time and during every time, but especially right now. I just keep on thinking, you know, all these charities and nonprofits that I think are so important at any time. I think about how they're doing right now and how this isolation could be affecting these people even more than it might have otherwise, or in new and different ways. So please consider donating. we would really appreciate it. And we're just so excited to be able to share our thoughts and our stories with you, especially at this time. Happy Pride, everybody. I love you.
Hey everyone, I'm Miles Duffield. I am the head ranger in danger over at Geeks for Good on Twitch. I'm a professional dungeon master at the aptly named milesduffield.com. And here on Starfound on Hearthsinger Games, I am your brilliant, intelligent, storytelling, charming game master. And I just wanted to wish everyone a happy Pride. And thank you so much for coming out to support the Trevor Project and to help end the suicides among gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and queer questioning people. And they need your help. So as I say on Geeks for Good all the time, let's do some good.
Hi there, my name is Parker Wallace. On Starfound, I play Castrovel, android mechanic and pilot of the Kingfisher. And I'm here to tell you what pride means to me. Pride means a great many things to me, one of which being discovery. A lot of people don't know that they're part of the queer community when they first start out, and I sure didn't. I definitely knew that I was bisexual to some degree, but I didn't really venture to discover my gender until about last year during the Queer Liberation March, and I wore a dress and makeup, and I really liked it. And from then on, I just started experimenting and discovering myself and found out that I really like being non-binary. And everything starts to make sense at that point. I never really thought of myself as the most masculine of men, but I also knew that I wasn't a girl. I was stuck in limbo for the longest time, and the LGBTQ+ community gave me a chance to really love myself. Which brings me to my second thing, self-acceptance. When someone who's queer doesn't have a support structure or even know that they are queer, there's this I don't want to say hatred, but just the exhaustion of existing and not knowing what your future is going to be. I really didn't see a vision of myself past college, honestly. With the community, that's given me a second chance, basically. Pride also means security and solidarity. Even before I came out or even tried discovering who I am, the LGBTQ+ community was nothing but accepting and loving and supportive, because it's not about really who you are. It doesn't matter. You know, everyone deserves love and dignity and the right to explore what this world has to offer to them. That is what got me through. I always know that the LGBTQ+ community is there for me, and that I can be there for those people who are not as lucky as I am. We are stronger together, and that's powerful. And what also pride means to me is strength. People have been fighting for dignity, to be visible, for their own rights since the beginning of time, honestly. Different genders and different sexualities have existed in societies and have been marginalized. Pride is the means in which we have strength. We can say no more. We're worthy of love and respect, and we exist. Pride didn't necessarily begin at Stonewall, even though it was a big turning point in the United States. It is a fight. It is a fight to be recognized. It is a fight to not be discriminated against. And we are still fighting. Things are different now, yes, but ultimately nothing has changed. And we can fix that. This was Parker Wallace from Starfound. Stay queer.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, we're pretty sure you enjoyed the videos, because in the course of that, we went up $30. We made $30 more for the Trevor Project. We're just that closer to our $500. Do we have a giveaway goal?
So there's no giveaway goals. They're just, we're doing giveaways on each break and during each interview. So I'm going to go ahead, first of all, and roll the giveaway. Let's see who wins our first one. Spider is winning the core rulebook PDF, the first one. Let me check my thing. Yeah, so this is a single person giveaway. So congratulations to Spider. I'll follow up with you via via PM on Twitch to get your email and all the information we need for you to get that, and that's great. And before we get back into it, I just want to take some time to read our donors so far.
Boom.
We've got donations from Crouton, who is doing this adorable thing over on Tiltify and putting on some adorable quotes with each of their donations. So I love that. So we've got Crouton Spider, we've got Know It All Psy Guy, we've got Analog Amber, Babs McGee, thanks Mom, Michelle Heather, Kevin Cobb, and E. Roivas. Thank you. Oh, there's another page. I'm sorry. And more. And Shiznet and Diana. So thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for bringing us this far. Don't worry, if we hit 500, we gonna expand the goal. And right now, I'm thinking we might have to do that in a little while. So thank you for showing up, for supporting this whole thing. So it's great. We have also pulled in some new followers. X3 Edge, thanks for becoming a baby bard. Bard and Barbarian, welcome to the baby bards.
Welcome.
And thank you for the bits from Guzzthorn, and thank you for that sub from Bard and Barbarian. And with all that said, let's get back into it.
I'm going to say one more thing real quick.
Please.
If we hit our $500 goal, I'll buy a Starfinder beginner box. Geeks for Good, let's say. Geeks for Twitch.tv/Geeks for Good. We'll buy a Starfinder beginner box for one of you. We'll do a giveaway.
Amazing.
So there that goes. And let's say we do that every $500 that we raise, I will buy a Starfinder beginner box.
Love that.
Nice.
I'm so into that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
You're so
Miles.
Welcome. You're so welcome.
Great.
All right. So, thud, crunch, crack. You land on the floor.
I landed on my snacks.
Of the floor. Jabby pulls out a broken protein bar.
Oh. Can you cast mend?
Mending. I use mending to fix the snacks.
Oh my god, that's the cutest
Best use. Best use.
Oh my god.
Imagine like the frosting going back onto an Oreo. Like,
exactly.
Nature Valley could never.
And you begin to like
to the tune of 24 hit points, Amaru kind of lays down on the ground and slowly rolls over onto her face and goes, I bent my tail backwards.
So as you all slowly begin to get up and figure out where your bones are again and if your muscles still work, you're stopped by a familiar glow. A kind of soft, silvery, pulsing glow. And you look around you, and you're standing in a grove of moonflowers.
No! Miles! I hate you.
Miles, why would you do this to us?
These silver... Now, moonflowers, if you've been listening to Starfinder, you know from our third episode where they almost TPK'd the party, moonflowers are... Mark's like, they did. It was great.
That's what I'm on. I'm listening to it right now.
Moonflowers are these large carnivorous plants with bulb-like flowery heads, and they also have these strange bulbs inside of them, like in their base and in their trunk, that glow this kind of soft color, soft moonlight color, hence their names, right? So it's a bad situation. There are 5 of them right around you. You can see their roots reaching into the dense earth of Castrovel because they starve out everything around them. So the only plants growing here are moonflowers, other than the massive tree that you fell out of. And you can see that it looks like there's a grove of them leading out in what seems like all directions for at least 100 yards.
Oh, can we go around? I don't like these.
As you speak,
why? They're so pretty.
They start to stir.
Okay, we're going around. We're going around.
There is no around.
Jab.
There's no around. Ain't no around, only through, Kia.
They're just plants. It's kind of weird that they're moving, though.
No, they almost swallowed me one time.
Yeah.
What?
Just like Scotty,
It's a
Jabby
plant,
doesn't
These are
though?
know.
carnivorous.
Yeah.
Oh.
She is kind of like pushing herself up, and like slowly the head raises, takes in the moonflowers, and she feels this unfinished battle blood start to rise in her, and she goes, "Let's not start anything we can't finish." Yeah.
I'm sensing a
she's-
lot of
she's-
baggage here.
Yeah, it's a lot of moonflower baggage.
So you're.
Can we just run through?
You could run through. You could sneak through. You could do something that I haven't thought of. I don't know how you guys are gonna deal with this problem, but like those are the two obvious tactics that come to mind, right?
I say let's sneak through, and then if anything goes badly, let's run.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's start with stealth checks all around.
Simple.
Another nat 1. So that's
Yeah.
a total of
Natural
3.
Natural 20!
Hey.
Critically succeed and fail in the same world.
23.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
All right, so we have a
Yeah.
23, we have a nat 1, a nat 20, and
And another nat
20.
oh,
I got a dirty 20.
and you got a dirty 20.
So 2 nat 20s, dirty 20.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you begin to sneak your way out of here, right? Bit by bit by bit, as you go. Kia trips over a large, long root of a moonflower, and the gigantic flowering head like lurches up and over towards you, and like comes right down next to you, and you can feel like it's almost smelling you. Its mouth begins to open, and you start to like remember the feeling of being inside of it as this like scent comes out, this like sickly sweet smell that breathes into your face, and you can see that the inside of it you weren't maybe able to see it, or maybe it was a different genus on Brightclaw, but the inside of it is like a beautiful flower. It has golden streaks through purple, and these a long yellow proboscis that comes out and kind of like dangles in front of you, little bits of pollen falling onto your lap.
Lucky.
I cast Ghost Sound far away from me.
You don't even
And
know.
it's just...
Yeah, what is it?
What?
What is it?
It just goes like, "Hey idiot, over here! Hey idiot, over here! Hey idiot, over here!"
Fantastic. So this suddenly the grove that you're inside of is this mess of snapping jaws as these things try to eat the ghost sound. A few of them grab onto each other, and the rest of you are suddenly running for your absolute lives as these things are trying to find this invisible. I mean, they have tremor sense, but they don't know where you are yet. They can hear, they can feel the sounds. So I need athletics rolls from everybody.
Hiya!
Oh boy.
That's 20. I don't know.
What's going
on?
That's 20.
That's
26
for me.
26 for Maroon.
Yeah.
That's a 9.
9
That's a
for
9.
Jabby.
15.
25.
25. Beautiful, beautiful. Someone shouts run. None of you can remember who says it afterwards, and you all begin sprinting out, right? Amaruk leaps up and like dashes, like slides over the sticky top of one of their bulbs. Jabby is like about to be eaten by one when Kia surprisingly grabs him, picks him up, and carries him like a teddy bear or a bomb out of the way.
Oh, this is nice.
Just like that.
Amazing. All those eyes.
More eyes. It change eyes for arms in the case of that teddy bear. Helena's using her terrifying Cthulhuian teddy bear. There we go. Maybe that's more accurate. The sloth. Castor like slides underneath the snapping jaws of one, and one of them like grabs onto his arm before Tobolo grabs him and pulls him out and throws you just out of the range of the snapping heads of these moonflowers, who like pull back and wait like snakes as soon as you're out of the range. All of their faces turn towards you. This subtle hissing sound starting to spread across all of them.
I swear to Besmara, I hate those little dudes. Big dudes, big scary dudes.
Cassers is my sister. Thanks for the follow. Like, fam showing up.
So she's looking back over like their shoulder as they make their way away from them, and she's like, man, one of these days, I swear upon Desna's bright star in the sky, I'm going to kill those things, just the one. It just like awakens this need for unmitigated revenge inside of her.
That's beautiful. So ahead of you, the forest has changed, right? All of the green tones have turned this kind of soft blue, and the moonlight from the moonflower that spreads out over it makes the thick underbrush ahead look ominous. But
question,
not terrifying.
Can we does anybody want a snack? I kind of want to sit here for 10 minutes and use my result point to refresh some bullshit.
Yeah. Do your bullshit. So you guys take a brief break as the moonflowers eyeball you, and Amaruk sits on her backpack, just staring them down, eating
I
her
sit there
Nature
eating
Valley bar
with one hand and bandaging my tail with like a splint in the other hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I pass out snacks.
All right. So you head inwards, right? Eventually, pressing into the underbrush, right? Making your way forward. Eventually, you come to a large chasm in front of you that seems like it's cut into the very earth by some god's weapon or hand, right? But to the side, you find an ancient stone bridge that you're able to walk across. It seems sturdy enough despite the years. Let's do a culture check. Which one of you has best culture?
Me.
15.
Oh, 14.
Go for it. Roll with advantage,
the CU graduates.
Yeah.
So did you say with advantage?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Advantage.
All right. Oh wow, one was a natural one, the other was a natty 4, but that's still a 19.
That's still it's still a 19. So as you cross, you can see like etched into this into the stones on this bridge are what look like largely defaced symbols to I've forgotten the name of the god already.
Wayden.
Yeah.
Discount Desna.
They don't. All right.
We'll have words about that later.
They don't seem like they are. It doesn't seem like someone actually came here and defaced the Star of Waydan, right? It seems more like not time, not intention, but that it has the strange, nonsensical defacement and destruction of the gap on it, right? This kind of, it's not quite entropy, or maybe it is entropy, but only in its purest form.
Our video just got messed up.
Yeah, let's pause for a cause and get Parker back.
All right. We're going to take a second. Kia, Parker.
Okay, Body Snatcher episode.
And Marc.
Marc is now Kia.
Parker.
Is...
Can I have silence? Kia, Parker, and Marc,
Sorry.
turn off your cameras. Great. Parker, turn on your camera. Kia, turn on your camera. Marc, turn on your camera.
Ta-da.
Oh, so good. God, I'm good.
Magic.
Right.
It's real good.
So you make your way across the bridge, and on the far side there's like a footpath that you're able to follow until finally you reach this structure ahead of you. It's all still deep underneath the heavy canopy, but it looks like it's designed to let as much natural light in as possible. Thick windows focus light and bring it into the inside of this structure, but the outside of it is surrounded largely by a wall, which is desiccated and crumbling, and the front gates to it are entirely open, having fallen down. You all move inside? That question is intentional. I don't want to take your agency away from
definitely.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll definitely lead the way, like, for sure.
Great.
I'll be right on your tail.
Yeah.
I don't
This
have
like,
a tape.
Kia, do you realize what this is? This is like El Dorado, baby. Like
Space El Dorado!
Space El Dorado.
All right.
Come on in.
So you enter the courtyard, which has this like beautiful little pool and trees, all of which have like a bunch of different carvings of some ancient script in it, in the bark around them. Smaller trees that are like a little bit sparse because they don't get much light down here, but they have these thin, almost needle-like leaves that stretch down and hang down, kind of like willow vines, right? And ahead of you lies the entrance to what looks like a temple to wait in, and but hanging across the front of this temple's like door, there you can see stairs leading up on the inside. There's a large swath of light blue silk.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm so like sensorially intrigued by the silk.
It's like across the door. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it look weathered by time and the elements?
No.
Is there a way to kind of like identify what like it is, or like if a creature left it or something?
That's a good question. Survival seems like the right skill for that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Survival.
The guest gets to
Remember
make all
my
the
training
rolls.
correctly. 22.
All right. It
2-2.
does seem. It seems like fresh, right? Like it's recently cleaned. It's definitely a sign of occupancy. What were you thinking when I said fresh, Dex?
I was just thinking like a silkworm just came by, like, and moved on.
What was that sound again?
Got
I'm
a
sorry,
bunch
like-
of silk tapestry.
Amazing.
Amazing. That's so
Fantastic.
good.
That's actually the sound they make too.
Yeah, that's the cry of the
Yeah.
silkworm.
Hundo P.
So it's definitely seems like a sign of occupancy or of some kind of supernatural something. The other thing is that it moves strangely. There's very little wind down here, and it's blowing like there's some kind of unearthly wind.
There's might be some varmint might have left this here, buddy. Keep your wits about you. Could be something going on out here.
Mark,
Oh,
All
I
right.
can't. What does that?
Actions, questions, concerns?
I want to touch this thing.
Yeah, she's just gonna kind of keep her weapon at the ready. So she's gonna extend her claws, and it's kind of anyone, all the crew that's worked with her, see her moat kind of spin a little bit quicker every once in a while around her head as she kind of looks around, and sort of presses forward, ready to take on
Great.
whatever issues
And
might arise. from
And
doing
Tibble, I heard
so.
that you reach forward and you're the first one
Yeah.
to touch it, and as you do, the
Sure.
silk like pulls away from your hand, kind of
Yeah.
like leading you forwards as you begin to step up the stairs and into this area as it pulls back to reveal sheets upon sheets upon sheets of more silk of hundreds of different colors, rainbows in different light spectrums of colors of silk. And as you press in, you hear like giggling from inside from multiple different sources.
That's fine, right?
Who's laughing back there? What's funny?
Hello?
And
What in tarnation?
the
What
light,
tarnation?
the natural light, this kind of almost moonlight of the canopy, as it's actually it's like the sun is set and moon is shining down through the canopy. This silvery moonlight shines down and bathes the silk, and you can see shadows of what look like people moving around back. One runs to the side, another one runs to another direction. And then...
Can I try to follow one of them, like, as fast as possible?
Absolutely. So Kia takes off at a run, heading through the silks as quick as she can, battering them to the side, and one of them sees that you're following, stands there, and then as you come closer, you can see, like, a clearer shadow, or, like, 3 shadows, as, like, multiple light sources stretch this one figure across multiple silks, and it grabs what looks like 2 of these silks, wraps them up, and begins to ascend. And as you push the final silk aside, you look up, and there's just more silk in the way, as they've, like, disappeared into this jungle of silk above you. Canopy upon canopy. Mm-hmm.
Are we sort of getting lost from each other because the silks are like coming apart and falling in our way? Like, what's...
Yeah.
Can we... Okay, just checking.
Yeah,
just
make a survival check, each of you.
Okay. Oh boy.
Can I roll above a 10 this game?
Can I not roll another nat 1?
Well, Kia, you're obviously lost. The dice is just telling your story.
It's fine.
17.
8.
Great.
8.
This is why you play operatives, kids, because I rolled a natural 8, but it's a 24.
There it is.
Oh,
so
amazing.
Amaruk, Castor, and Tabolo are all together. Jabby has not gone in. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm still just like, I'm trying to get as much data about what this looks like to add to my different diagrams, and I'm trying to get some samples, trying to recreate the silk.
In that case, why don't you roll a computers check?
Yeah.
And Kia's just lost, looking at this and, like, trying to find this person running back and forth inside the silk.
That's an 18.
That's an 18. Lovely. The silk is being moved by something. Right? And it's not wind, and it's nothing like that. It is something is controlling this silk as dexterously as you are able to control all of your hands.
Man.
Oh. Huh. That's interesting.
And then all of you hear this voice. Visitors. You bring... What do you bring?
What do you want?
I got the droppings of a mountain eel, if you want some of that.
Mountain eel. We'll ask about what that is later.
In the same calm voice. Ugh.
Maybe not. Maybe this is a better question. It's been so long since we've been visited. What do you want?
We seek assistance.
Oh.
Amaruk is going to look at Castor and kind of, like, put her hand gently on their shoulder and lean down and kind of say, just like, other people might be able to hear it, but the communication is clearly just for them. And she says, Castor, I know you don't like to share, but you have to help us help you. Tell them what you need. Please.
Okay. Hello there. Castor 9 at your service. I've got a thing inside me, and it shows the exocortex, which is, you know, just like bleeding this black into his veins, like around his neck and sternum. It's been looking for this place, and it needs a key. I'm not really sure what that means. I don't mean to intrude. I just want this thing out of me, please. If you can help, that'd be great.
Lost wanderer. I'm sorry you have been taken. I'm sorry that it is demanding that you do things for it. What is... I want to help you. And I have a key. Probably the key that the darkness inside of you seeks. But I cannot give anything away for free. There must
What do you
be
need?
an exchange. I need something of great value because the key is of great value. I do not know how it works or what it is, but I know that it is
Personal
precious.
value or?
Yes, personal value would work.
Well, what can we do?
Lost faces.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
He's gonna take off his bow tie, not the exocortex, because that's underneath, of course, but like
Yeah.
just the bow tie itself. Well, this was given to me by my father. The only father I ever had. If it pleases you, take it. If it means getting this thing out of me, I don't want it anymore. Please.
This is certainly valuable to you. And out of the ceiling, the sheets of silk part, and down tumbles this humanoid creature, like spinning and twirling, and they use the silk to descend further and further towards you until they land. And in front of you stands this perfectly bald, feminine-looking creature who wears it looks like armor, but it also looks like dress gear, right? Of leather and chains, but wrapped inside of the, like, through the leather and binding it together are pieces and fabrics of silk, attaching the various different pieces. Two slitted eyes of pure yellow, a little bit too large for their face, eye you and the bow tie very carefully, and long, slender fingers kind of reach out towards it and grab it. And as it speaks, you can see long, hungry teeth stretch
Ew.
from the inside of its mouth. It says, "This is a worthy gift, but my master needs something more."
Is your master Wayden?
Of a sort. My master serves Wayden. I don't know why I'm here, really. It's been so long, and so many things have changed, and I've forgotten so much. But I do know that Wayden needs devotion.
Well, if it's devotion you want, I've been worshiping Waydan better part of 20 some odd years now.
And
is there something I could try to identify what they would be interested in?
Yeah, roll a mysticism check.
Ooh, let's do it.
I feel
You're gonna roll with advantage
fear.
because you know Wayden.
Okay, sounds good.
Because you know a guy. Or you know a god.
Ooh, nat 20 on the good one, so that's a 26.
What is going on with the dice today? You're
They know.
blessed by the queerness.
They know what's going on.
They know.
So, Wayden has, oh God, am I gonna do this? Yeah. Fuck it.
Do it.
This is a
when he
level
does that.
7 nope situation.
Yeah.
Wayden does a thing where Wayden's a god of wandering, a god of discovery and equality and exploration and freedom. But Wayden, unlike a lot of gods, Wayden chooses avatars for themselves very often, right? It's usually something that's done at birth. A piece of godhood is put into a born creature, right? And they have a direct link to Wayden. But as this creature eyes you, caster, you get the sense that, well, you, Tovolo, actually get the sense that there's a certain hunger to it, right? and you wonder if that is what this creature is talking about.
As if like they're looking for a new avatar.
Yeah.
Of some kind.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, he kind of like looks over to like the rest of the crew, and he kind of just looks like, I can't thank y'all enough for bringing me out here, and this is kind of something I've been looking forward to my whole life. And like he turns back around and he's like, I know that your god tends to have avatars on this here plane spreading the good word of Waydan. And if that's what you're looking for, sign me up.
Oh, Tobolo, your giving is much appreciated, but Wayden already has your devotion. We need this one, and points towards Castor. He who is already lost.
Oh, you need me?
Yes.
I mean, I'm flattered, but I don't know what that means. Could you elaborate?
I will take a piece of your soul and replace it with a piece of a god.
Oh my god, do it, Castor!
She moves up to Castor and she very like nervously, like you can feel her hand like tremble when she grabs the like your forearm, and she puts her hand on your face and she says, Desna did not take a piece of me when I became her champion. Is this really... Are you sure this is not just what this thing wants? Is this really Wayden? And she looks at Tobolo and she says, do you really think this is Wayden, or is it something else? It seems hungry.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you go first.
I was just gonna say, like, Tobolo like kind of looks like a little jealous, and like kind of like the devil on the other shoulder.
Yeah.
Like very much like, listen here, you ain't gonna get a better deal than being part god. Is all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Oh wait.
There's a difference between being a god and a vessel, Tobolo.
Yeah. Would you rather him choose death, Amaruk? This is a moment for Castor to live, and being connected to a god, you should know this, is so important. It's so exciting, especially if it's a god of exploration. Castor is an explorer.
Yeah, she like kind of like has her paw on the side of Castor's cheek and kind of withdraws sort of guiltily hearing Kia's words, and she just kind of whines a little bit and then well, it's really your choice, Castor. But you have to want it with your whole heart if you're going to take it.
I mean, I understand your concern, First Claw, and I understand everyone's concern, but for the first time in my life, I really don't know what to do, and what else is there? So, if everything goes well, then everything goes well, but if something goes wrong, I guess I'll see you all in the next life.
What if we unlock something else? What if we get this key and it does something bad? I know this is going to be very bad.
Amaruk, I've been serving people for my whole life. What else is there? And he goes to this creature, this font of Waydan, and says, I accept your offer.
Okay. I need to change my headphone battery. give me one second.
Yeah.
That's how
fine.
you know it's a real one.
That's fine. Everything is fine, everybody. This is great.
Amazing.
I love it.
Oh God,
I'm
this
in
is such
danger.
a bad idea.
Oh, I'm in
Yeah.
danger time.
I'm actually less worried about the avatar thing
We'll see how that
than I
pans out,
am
won't
with
we,
what
chat?
this key
Won't
does.
we,
That's
chat?
what I'm most worried about.
There it is.
It'll be fine.
I'm just vibing,
Okay.
you know.
Shabby just out there vibing.
Vibing.
Wait, are you still by the door?
Oh yeah, I have my headphones in as I'm taking notes on these samples, so I've just been
Yeah.
blasting "Take on Me" this entire time.
I love the idea of like this very impassioned interchange going on between Kia and Castor and Tabolo, and it's just like take on me, take
And
on
doing
me, take me on. Like while you're making notes, and meanwhile we're just like Shakespearean gestures.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right. It's really very brave of you, Mark, to offer your soul up for these strangers.
Well, you know.
You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Worship this god my whole life.
Yeah, Mark's like, I'm just trying to be a good guest. Like,
Say, yeah, if someone's gonna permanently be removed from the game, it should be the guest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't
the
like to
exit stage
permanently
left.
remove. I'm just gonna
he just
alter.
likes to mess you. Yeah.
Right?
There it is.
Yeah.
Right? So story-wise, I'm
I hate you.
more interested in altering Castor than I am in like breaking you down.
Oh,
right
either
now.
way.
Give
This
it
is
10 minutes.
fantastic.
Give it 10 minutes.
I'll hold you to that. I'll hold you to that.
Don't worry, he'll
Coming
hurt
for
you too, Mark. Don't worry.
Put in the
Time
set of the
starts
alarm right
now.
now.
Great.
He's coming.
So, this creature, kind of like blinks, its eyes slipping closed from the side, and it like gets a little bit closer. And as it gets closer, you can smell this like little hint of brimstone, little hint of sulfur, as it comes a little bit closer to you and says, "Yes, he's in you. Ah. Well, the deal is made." And she reaches out and grabs you by your lapels, and silks pull forward and rip you backwards as the entire, like all the silks in the entire, I had to burp, in the entire room rip apart and reveal like this long open stone floor of marble, and at the back there's this large altar that sits at kind of like almost like the top of a sarcophagus, and she pulls you backwards and settles you down on top of this like large altar sarcophagus, right? And reaches backwards, pulls and slams into your chest, and as she does, you feel, well, you go somewhere else. The blow knocks you backwards into the stone underneath this place, and you find yourself falling. But to everyone else, Castor's still sitting on top of the pedestal. Your soul falls backwards into darkness, away. And around you, you can see the stars. And it feels like you're falling through the void. And as you fall, you're aware that something is probably speaking to you, but it almost feels like it's your own thoughts. Right? But they're fresh thoughts, they're new thoughts, they're thoughts that you've never had before. They have a degree of stability that you've never encountered before. They have a degree of certainty, of faith to them, and a carefulness. That carefulness is very familiar to you. And it says, to wander and to be lost is a natural state for you, and always has been. To search for home is a natural state. Unfortunately, Castor, wandering for you is home.
It is, isn't it?
However, those who wander, those who truly wander, are also always alone. I give you a piece of myself in this dark time, and I'm sorry to curse you with loneliness. And then you're pulled back into yourself. You gasp! And so the blackness starts to, like, pulse in your throat, and you see, the rest of you can see, as Castor can't breathe, this thing has to, like, starts to, like, push out of the front of him. This crystalline creature starts to extend out, screaming to the heavens before saying, "No!" and then sucks back inside of him.
What?
And Castor... You're now aware very, very clearly of this internal battle going on in your subconscious. I'm done.
Okay. Well, that was done in a jiffy, wasn't it? I thought that was going to be a lot worse, actually.
She's gonna rush up to the altar and like look at them and take them in, and then she turns to the other creatures and to the beings that are there, and she, looking around, kind of like maddened by this. She says, "That thing, did you see it? Have you ever? Has this ever happened before?"
Did this work? Did it work?
I don't know. I'm all right. Can I any idea of what's going on, just like subconsciously between this thing?
It feels like the fight between Harry Potter and Voldemort at the last movie.
In the fourth movie. Oh,
in
yeah.
the very last
The
movie,
last one.
when
Yeah.
Harry dies. And it feels like that's
Spoilers.
going on in your brain. Oh, if people haven't seen Harry Potter by now and they're watching this fairly adult stream, it's too late, honey. It's too late for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, amazing.
All right. So that's what it feels like, and this creature steps back and smiles, and as she does, several humanoid creatures of various different ages and species step out of the silks or are hanging out from up top, and they begin to, I guess, sing is the right word. But it's less of singing, and it's more like the music of the spheres kind of chiming through, the sound that the void and that emptiness would make if they could be heard. A song of silence. And the creature steps forward and says, "Yes, it worked. And that terrible thing inside him is perverting it, is breaking
What
it.
are you?
The thing inside of it is like me, but it serves something much, much darker."
And what? Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you know who or what it serves?
No.
The key. We need the key.
The key. You have completed your end of the bargain. I now have your soul. Or part of it. Just part of it.
Yeah, I was about to say. Jeez.
Being an avatar is being incomplete. Two parts of two things. I wish you peace on your travels, and I know Waden will be with you.
Peace be with you too.
The floor disappears, and Silk reaches out and grabs each of you, and you begin to descend as it spins you around like a gymnast. Kia probably screams as arms go everywhere. Jabby just watches them go.
Or sure, aerial silks. No.
I still have not seen any of this.
Yeah.
And you descend.
Like I'm just like singing to myself, talking.
Yeah.
Send.
Uh-oh, there goes
Can I
Kia.
send telepathic message? Wait.
Uh-oh, there goes Kia.
Oh. Hello.
Kia frozen. Bad timing.
Back.
No.
No.
All right.
All right.
Oh no.
All right. We're gonna move on for now and hope that Helena's internet does a revive. So you all tumble downwards with the silks like helping you descend bit by bit by bit. And as you go, you're able to see that you're descending into this massive subterranean chamber, and the walls have these like thick cracks leading through them that almost look like massive writing in some strange tongue. And below you is this huge subterranean lake that exists in a perfect circle around this simple square. And sitting on the square is a long rectangular sarcophagus with what looks like a knight.
No.
With its arms crossed. And as you come to rest on this area, the creature that's been accompanying you through this presses a button on the side, and the sarcophagus begins to raise up. You realize as you look at it, it's kind of like it's kind of like carbonite, right? It has like buttons on the sides for releasing. And she says, "Be careful. Be careful not to release this until you are in space, but you will want to talk to the key before you use it. Then."
The key is a person?
Yes.
Sorry, Kia. What were you going to say?
Sorry. Can I, because my internet went out, I wanted to send a telepathic message to Jabby to say, hey, get inside, hop down, we're falling. Like, as I'm flailing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, hey, Jabby, we gotta go. Inside, now.
Yeah.
Drop down. An aerial silk will carry you. It's all very Cirque de Castrovel.
Love it.
Love it.
So now realizing that he's alone for the first time, he freaks out. It's like, I thought we were singing and and then he runs inside.
And instantly falls.
oh, this is awful again.
The silks catch you and descend you down. And you hear the rest of this conversation.
So don't open it until we're in space.
They prefer to be woken in space.
And what can we expect?
Just smiles. This large,
I hate
toothy grin spreading across its face before the silks grab you and the sarcophagus begins to float up until you are pushed out the door.
Yeah. She begins to
cover it
say,
up.
yeah. She like as we're whisked out by the silk, she had begun to say like, that music, I've only heard it in one place before, and then like they're out of the door by the time
Great.
it gets out. Yeah.
Well done.
So I can understand this. I just ran in, fell, grabbed by silks, just landed. Okay, there's a lot going. Okay,
Yeah.
and we're back.
It was a lot like bungee jumping. It was zoo. I'm here.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you all kind of tumble out, and the sarcophagus kind of slowly settles on the edge of this temple. And as you all get your bearings, well, you guys get your bearings. Get your bearings. What are you guys doing, saying, talking about? I don't want to push us too far. Just Anne's face now is just a picture of surprised and confused horror, and I'm so proud.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where she is. I mean, she started, let's look back. She started this episode being like, "Oh yeah, your wanderer god. My god is the better of the two halves of this weird whole of dreaming and wandering and exploration." And now she's heard this weird music, just like representative of what she feels is her personal relationship with her god, be sung
by these mysterious, hungry creatures. And it's awful. And that's where she is with all of this.
That's where she is.
Yeah. So she's not making any decisions right now. She is incapable of leadership.
Kia turns to her dear professor and says, was any of that normal? Were they lying?
Doesn't seem like they're lying. All I know is I'm a tad jealous of what's going on over there at that there orchestra.
Yeah, let me actually solve this. So out of the silks comes sliding. It's like, have you ever? Oh my god! Now I have a Rush Hour reference at the end of Rush Hour when they're sliding down the long banisters, right?
Yes.
So sliding down the long banisters comes this like small silver thing, right? This little tiny silver thing that leaps, like it like zips down, and the silks kind of pick up at the end, and it flies off and lands right in your hands, Tobolo. And sitting in your hands is a small, pure silver lizard who has these like little blue gem eyes, both of which are shaped remarkably like the gem at the heart of the symbol of Waden.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
New friend.
New friend. I have this biotech thing where I can talk to animals. Can I try talking to it?
You can.
Hey there, little critter. How y'all doing?
So, what comes out of it at first, only you can hear. To the rest of you, it sounds like a faraway wind rushing out of this thing's mouth. But it says, well, what does it say? Sorry. I'm sorry for the disappointment. Your dedication is recognized. Here is a friend for the road.
Yes.
Can I have one?
Yeah, that was Marc saying yes, by the way, not Tobolo. I just want to make a very quick clarification.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, Castor.
Did that lizard just talk to anybody?
Oh, Marc, Tobolo hears that, not you.
Oh, sorry. I thought.
Yeah, I understand you're the chosen, but not everything's.
Castor says that, and Amaruk goes, "No."
Stay in your lane, God. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And then the lizard speaks to you, Tobolo. And it's kind of a little bit soft, and it speaks mostly in like clear intentions and emotions. And at first it's like welcome and hello and feed me, and then it kind of shifts its head and it's watch out.
Oh, watch out.
And you're aware suddenly that underneath the sound of faraway winds, there are bootsteps approaching from behind you.
Oh no.
He's right.
And through the door to the to this courtyard, right, come a bunch of armored people and one very familiar dwarf who leads a large a dinosaur. He leads a very large raptor that has like half of its head has this massive cybernetic implant in it with like eyes attached to it, and like and its right arm similarly has like a huge claw, so he's not just baby raptor boy with his front arms. And he says, well, you led us right to it.
Oh. Who are you?
Seems like the map was right. Oh, I've just been watching Tobolo for some time. You might remember me, Tobolo. Oh, wait, no, you don't remember people ever, especially not your students. I'm Benjamin. Wait, we mentioned a male name earlier in this game.
Bradford.
I'm Bradford.
Bradford. Amazing.
Bradford. Sorry, you look like a Benjamin. Like, that's just what it is.
You always say that!
Oh, vendetta, right. Jeez.
I feel like we walked into something oddly personal.
Yeah. She is going to now, seeing a place to put her confusion and rising to her full height as the confusion morphs into anger and frustration and the will to protect. She turns on this guy who's just had an outburst, and she says, "If you want what we have, you're going to have to go through me first."
And me, and I draw my dueling sword.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
What if we had snacks instead?
Roll for initiative.
Yeah. Said nope.
Amazing.
I second snacks.
Just gonna say that. Just gonna say that. Oh.
I have a 14.
There.
Beautiful. Actually, I can do it. I'm gonna do it all on.
Oh
on
yeah, go
Valerie
for it.
us.
Roll it up. I did, roll 19 and everything, but that's fine.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Good old 22.
All right. Boom.
Oh my god, this is so stressful.
So.
God!
I should have taught pass fail.
Amazing. Mark, somebody clip that. Okay, sorry. I need it.
All right. So first up, aptly, is Caster 9. You feel that your exocortex pulses with this like rainbow of confused black and white light. If black and white could have a rainbow. Anyways, and you like stand to get to your feet and face these people. Yeah, it's your turn.
Great. I am to. All right, so Casper's gonna be like, "I've had about enough of this. I've had a really bad day," and the sonic pistol's gonna teleport into his hand, like start to form in the shape of a pistol, and then calling it with a swift action. And then I'm also going to use my exocortex to make a trick attack. No, exocortex. My custom rig to make a trick attack. At the was it Bradford?
Bradford.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Sorry. I hate him.
Bradford is confirmed the worst.
Trick attack time.
Go for it.
Trick attack, buddy.
Oh, we lost Jen.
Okay, that is a that's a 34.
Oh yeah, that's a success.
Great.
This map, by the way, is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Miles
Afternoon
playing
maps.
with new toys.
I know, right?
Where am I? I actually don't know where I am in the map, but I'm just gonna keep on rolling and worry about
I
that.
know, it's hard to like zoom out and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
there we
Is
go.
that the one that's like with the circle around it? Is that?
That's
that is whose
Castor.
turn it is the person with the circle around it. Yeah. And,
So where are the guys?
the guys are down to your south.
I see them.
They
I
are
see them.
kind
They're
of
just
blending
very,
in, right? But that's intentional.
fine.
It's camouflage.
I gotcha.
It
Well,
works on
I'm
many
gonna-
levels.
I'm gonna kill them.
Camouflage.
Gotcha.
Whoa, afternoon we fight.
So I got a 16 to hit.
Oh man, let me check my notes. Things I should memorize. That is that's a hit.
Great. So I'm gonna
Exactly.
roll
Roll them
1d
damn dams.
1d4, and he is now flat-footed. That is 8 sonic damage.
8 sonic damage. Beautiful. So your sonic pistol flies out, and he like almost gets out of the way, but it clips his armor, sending a piece flying off, and he kind of stumbles down to the ground, hurt a little bit. Where's my hurt? Where's my?
You do a hurt.
That'll do it. He's flat-footed. All right, beautiful. That is the end of your turn, Caster.
Yep, I believe that's the end of my turn.
Beautiful. One of the guys with this foe draws his like large blaster and begins to open up in you guys' direction. He's gonna shoot at Tabolo first. And what's your armor class? Your kinetic AC?
AC is a 20.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, he widely misses. You're able to just like duck underneath it easily. The next bolt flies at Castor. Oh yeah, absolutely. He just misses wildly as you clearly like duck underneath this. Your mind like zinging with the intensity of this now, or with the intensity of this fight and this like new battle that's going on inside, which has stopped turning against each other and is now entirely focused outwards. On defending you. The dinosaur, however, he doesn't feel so nicely about y'all. The dinosaur rushes forward and lashes at you. On the way, its eye turns toward you, Castor, and a laser fires out of it, and critical hits.
This is not okay.
A
This
laser
is not
raptor.
okay.
Paul, and
I'm
it
not
rolls
okay with this.
minimum damage. You take 5 points of damage. Oh my god!
You're so lucky.
But you are now on fire. You're going to take 1d6 points of damage every turn until you spend an action putting it out, or someone else spends an action putting it out. However, it also gets to attack you with its craw. What's your armor class again, Castor?
My kinetic AC?
Yeah, your kinetic AC.
19.
19? Just barely misses you. You, aflame, start to patch yourself out, and your erratic movement mean that you get out of the way of the claw that rushes out towards you. All right, Castor is on... Why is Castor on the field twice? I messed up in my excitement.
Well, the one who's getting attacked is the real one.
The one who's getting attacked is the real one. That's how we decide here in Geeks for
Who's
Kids.
the real Castor?
Who's the real Castor?
I mean, that's a great question these days.
All right. Next up is Kia.
Great. So I didn't take too kindly to that little laser raptor boy, and so I'm going to mind thrust. So similarly to a little bit of a chaotic Sailor Moon transformation.
Yes.
This red light starts to glow in my eyes and builds to the center of my forehead, and I go. And it casts all the way into the raptor for some mind thrust.
Beautiful. What's the save DC?
Save 18.
18. That is a failure. Yes, roll full damage.
Great.
Raptor not very smart.
Not very.
Very smart.
Okay, it takes 11 damage.
It takes 11 damage. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. As your psychic, what do you do to the raptor? Because usually you just send chemistry notes.
Yeah, usually I send chemistry notes, but this time I send what looks like an extreme amount of like different insectoid figures. They're not quite animals. They're not quite liquid, but they're this kind of plasma strange thing. And it's something that doesn't really have a prey or a foe category, because animals think in prey or foe.
Confuses the raptor.
Yeah, to be like, what is that? Oh God, what is that?
Beautiful. I hecking love that. Next up, Tabolo.
All right, so Tabolo takes a move action to draw his pistol.
Beautiful.
Levels it at Bradford, and says, "Benjamin, you get an F," and then just fires.
Go for it.
And this is against EAC. This is a natty 19 for 27.
Boom! Hit. Roll damage.
All right, so this is 10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage. Nice.
Yeah.
That is brutal. Oh yeah, absolutely. Hits him in the as he's stumbling around backwards. Your fire damage hits him in the chest, and he almost falls on his back and kind of growls angrily. Jabby, it is your turn. You're done, right, Tabolo?
Yeah,
cool.
I'm good.
Jabby, you're up.
Okay. Seeing where all the enemies are in the center, he screams, "Oh gosh! Look! Did you see that? Look! Look at the thing!" And I cast
very convincingly.
Oh, amazing!
Right, holographic image
Fantastic.
to make moonflowers start to grow up out of the ground.
All right. What's the save for that?
The save is my DC of 19 for belief.
All right. That is one success. That's one terrible failure. That's one terrible failure. That's another success. And that's another success. All right. Let me mark our failures. All right. Is that the end of your turn, Jabby?
And I'm just gonna move myself away.
I can't.
To go.
Can't blame you.
I can't move myself.
Well, that's weird.
Oh.
Do you have the
I
right
clicked
tool
the wrong
selected?
button. I don't think it did.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
this the
It's
right
the
tool?
top left,
There.
the little select tokens box.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Yep.
There we go. All right. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Bradford, off balance, frustrated, levels his gun at you, Tobolo, and says, oh God, where's my quippiness?
Roll to quip.
He says, approve this thesis, and fires at you.
That's like 10 points of like mental damage
Exactly.
You can't make me.
So you are going to take. Oh yeah, that is definitely a hit. Where are my dice at? There they are. So that that is going to be 16 points of damage as this pistol slams into your chest and cuts through your armor, leaving a little sizzling mark there. And then he draws a second weapon and fires it at Castor, who just hit him as well. And that's definitely a hit on a natural 19. Castor, you are going to take a rocking 23 points of damage.
Great. 23.
Everyone's like, "Oh God!" Yeah, that was very, very brutal. All right, Amaruk,
level 6,
nuke it.
All right. It's time. Well, it's not going to be a nuke so much this time as a blazing orbit. So, and then some punching. Well, one punch. I do one punch.
One punch!
So, okay. So I believe I've measured this out, but I have 30 feet of movement. So I'm going to bring a wall of flame this away. And then if I'm standing here... Yeah, I'll have to end up here, I guess. I won't be able to move my whole amount. That's fine.
Yeah.
So I'll end up there. And so there is now a wall of fire here. So if anyone tries to move through it to close distance through those squares,
beautiful.
They will take 1d6 damage. And I will do a punch against the raptor.
Beautiful.
If you don't mind.
All right, you do that punch. Absolutely do that punch.
That's a natural
You know
one.
when you just punch a dinosaur?
One
A what?
So it's a natural one.
It's a natural
just
one?
like
Just
apropos of nothing.
Apropos of nothing, just a natural one.
91.
All right. Well, this purple line is our fire. I'm realizing I don't have the right module installed to be able to make it flames, which I was hoping to be able to do. But so natty 1, you swing at the dinosaur, and the dinosaur like steps backwards and just like lashes its back claw out at you. You are going to take 12 points of damage.
Fine, I deserve this.
You do deserve this. Our final grunt failed his check, so fires at the non-existent moonflower, and then realizes that it's non-existent and kind of like growls and moves. Where is he going? Where's he going? Where are you going, boy? There. Boom. Around the flames. The fire and the flames! Is it within 5 feet of it that they take damage? Amaruk?
They have to pass through it.
Okay, cool. And there he goes. All the way over to there, and we are back around to Castor. It's your turn once again.
Great. I'm still on fire, yeah?
Yeah.
Great. Shoot. And I have to spend an action in order to do that. Great.
Put it out.
That's no fun. Oh.
Tap. All right. What are you doing?
I'll take a 5-foot step here.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
So I'll
Pathfinder rules.
And then I'm going,
It's a good mechanic. It makes the game more fun. All right, yeah, absolutely. Pat yourself down, and you are no longer on fire. That is the end of your turn. As you do, the chaos in your brain kind of subsides. This guy also failed, so he's going to take a shot at the Moonflower. Oh, he got a critical hit, so I feel like he shoots at the Moonflower, and he hits one of the 3 people in front of him. So I'm going to roll a d6 and decide what this is going to be. So he hits Amaruk in the back with his blaster. Amaruk, you are going to take 8 points of damage as a laser sears into the back of your armor.
It's fine, I can take it.
This last guy is excited to get around. He's excited to get back into that Technomancer goodness, and he takes a fire.
I'm sorry. How many hit points? I'm sorry.
8.
I messed up my math. 8. Got it.
Yeah, you're
okay.
quite all right. What is your EAC, Jabby?
My EAC is 17.
17. He hits you as well. You're also going to take 8 points of damage. It is the Dino's turn, who's had enough of this wolf stuff. He's not with that at all.
That's why I'm here. This is why I'm here, to soak up that delicious damage.
What's your EAC and KAC individually?
Well, I'll tell you.
All right, I'm ready.
My EAC is 21 and my KAC is 22.
Beautiful. Nice. He slashes at you with his claw, and you get your force claw up in the way and just beat it to the side before the laser.
We high five.
Exactly. You just actually even better. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You guys lock in the middle and grinding, and then you see his eye powering up. And it fires, and you duck underneath it, letting it pass over you. Yeah. All right, that was dope, Kia.
Great, so I'm going to move myself over here, get covered behind this tree.
Yeah.
From the raptor, and I would like to use my turn to kind of observe the raptor and maybe do a life science roll with a DC -5 for zoology, because that's what I majored in, and see if I can come up with where his weak point would be.
I'm into that. Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Yeah.
It's
made your professor proud.
I'm doing it. I'm trying. Well, it's a 24.
24. All right.
Is that good?
His cybernetics have an off button on the top of his head.
Great. I'm gonna telepathic message next turn.
Great. Fantastic.
Wait, I shouldn't say that.
Can you do that as a Swift? You
can
do that as a Swift. Yeah.
I think so. I think that's. Oh, it's a cantrip. I feel like that's something that
I want you. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. Well, when you cast telepathic message, it lasts for 10 minutes. So, if you cast it, at least sometime within the past 10 minutes, it's still going.
You just did it to Jabby.
Oh, yeah, because I did
so
it to Jabby earlier.
It's still in effect. All right. Everyone knows that info. Tabolo.
All right, so bear with me. This is going to be a lot in this turn.
I'll bear it.
So now that I have my pistol out, I can do a trick attack. So I'm going to go for a debilitating trick. So I have to roll a survival first.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And if it beats the CR plus, if it beats 20 plus its CR, then it's successful.
Yeah.
So first roll, that is a 37.
Ooh.
So,
yeah, good. Yeah, you good.
So first of all, that's not the attack. So first of all, I'm sorry, I meant to do this at Bradford. So instead of being flat-footed, Bradford now has to make a fortitude save or he's staggered.
Nice.
Oh, Bradford has failed his fortitude save.
So he can either move or take an action on its turn, but he can't do both.
I'm gonna give him hard eyes. Hard eyes.
Then here's the attack. So this is the actual roll against EAC. Ooh, that is 26 versus EAC.
20. Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Nicely done.
And because he's got all of that amazing trick attack damage. This is 48 plus 3 damage. So, oh my gosh, that's 20 points of fire damage.
Okay. So I feel like you're like I'm gonna. Can I play off of your survival check for this operative move?
Go for it.
Right. So you're like aiming and you can't quite see through the fire to get a clear shot. So you're like, heck with this, and you aim up. There's like a large branch over, and that leads over the top of the canopy. You shoot the branch. It falls down. Bradford like dodges out of the way, stumbling completely out of sorts. And do you want to kill him?
No, I don't want to kill him just yet. Can I incapacitate him?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, yeah. So,
Great.
like, I shoot him. He goes down. I say, yeah, right in the grignac.
Exactly. He's like pinned underneath this massive tree. Well, freaking done, Tabolo. All right, let me mark him off. Next.
That's why stay in school.
Stay in school. All right.
Stay in school and shoot fire.
Now that's grading on a curve.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Jabby,
my
you're up.
goodness.
See me
That's
after
amazing.
class.
I love that. So the nearest tree.
Yes.
How high up is the closest branch?
How high up is the closest branch? Let's say 50 feet.
50 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I would like to take my movement to use my 4 souls to walk up onto that branch.
Great.
So that would take movement. I'm also going to use the Skittermander hyper racial ability to take an extra movement so I can get there.
Great.
Yes.
And then I'd like to lay prone on the branch, giving me a +4 to my AC against ranged attacks. And then take out my sonic pistol, Screamin' Mimi, and fire at the one who shot at me.
Beautiful. I'm fine with you doing all of that this turn. I kind of imagine you walking upwards being like the wizard guys in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like there's bing, boing,
Yeah.
boing. As you go up, there's little like ripples that fly out of the
It's
air.
so good.
All right, go for it. Take the shot.
Okay, that's what is that? That is numbers. I can do it because I have my calculator here. That is a 14.
14. And which one were you shooting against? I'm so sorry.
The one who shot at me just now.
Right.
So that would be the
right.
one.
This guy over just to the right of you. All right. That is. I think that's actually a hit, but I'm gonna check. Give me 1 second. That is a hit.
Nice.
Roll them damn
okay.
dams.
Rolling the damn. And that is 6 damage.
There's so many
Truly.
teacher puns going on in chat. Beautiful.
I know.
Slams into his
I
side and
should've said
stumbles
that.
backwards. All right.
Amazing.
Next up, Amaruk.
The nuke is gonna nuke.
Hope
So she is going to do a full action attack
Yes.
on this thing. And that's how it's gonna be. So she's continuing. This is her second round attuning to photon, just for the record.
Yeah.
Let the record show. Alrighty. And we will say that is a 27 to hit on the first one.
That's a hit.
Cool. And a 18 to hit on the second one.
That's a hit.
Yeah! Sorry, I got excited.
Really? We couldn't tell.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so we got 2d6. All right. Cool. So 7 plus God math.
God math. That's what Parker does now. That's what Castor does now. Yeah.
Oh,
God
math.
10
God.
plus okay, 11 and
a bad
then 12 13 on the first hit, and
Right.
on the second hit, god, that's not a great roll. Okay, 5 6 7 8 9, oh, plus my level, I'm sorry, I'll do that later. 6 7 8 9 10 and then I guess plus 16, so
Great, cool.
26.
26 points
Yeah.
of damage.
God.
Beautiful. So you
Yeah.
duck underneath this laser eye and come up and just like
Yeah.
sock the thing in the jaw, and
Yeah.
it like crunches backwards and
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
that was
then
not a
as
good
it's-
dinosaur
so-
sound.
I loved it.
That was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she uppercuts into the jaw, and it just like cuts in, not all the way because of these hard scales, and then she twists it
Mhm.
and then rakes it down, just raking off scales from the front of its chest.
I heckin' love
Amazing.
that. Caster,
Don't
you
kill it! Don't
are
kill it!
You
I'm gonna kill it.
are up. This guy is actually... You're not up yet, right? Because this guy has to shoot at Jabby as well. He misses Jabby, though. So, Castor, you're up.
Great. This boy right here.
Yes.
I am going to turn around to him. I am going to drop my sonic pistol, and then in my hand is going to appear my laser rifle.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
And I am going to also use my move action to use my combat tracking. So glassy eye glows, telemetry starts to file in, all the forms and which angles to shoot and stuff like that. And I am going to also use overcharge.
Great. Beautiful. Go for it.
Nice.
So there we go. That is, oh golly gee. That is a 25 to hit.
Yes, that is a hit. This is against which one again, Kester?
The boy that is near Kia.
I see your Kia. Yeah, gotcha.
Yes. All right, here we go. So that's a D6 plus a D.
Quickly now.
I'm going quickly.
It's so hard. Math is so hard.
How much?
Say it again.
13 fire damage.
Nice, beautiful. He collapses to the ground in a burning mess. Yeah. Well, heckin' done. All right, that is the end of your turn, I take it?
That is.
All right, this other guy fires at Tobolo, seeing him as the threat that he is, and widely misses. Just doesn't. These guys are not rolling well. It's up. Next up, it's Dino. Dino the Dino.
Rawr!
He is going to go a little bit crazy, and he starts to just claw forwards at you with a massive attacks, just like back and forth, legs kicking out at you.
I'm
what's
ready.
Your kinetic AC again?
Kinetic AC is 22.
Okay, cool. Only one of them hits. As you dodge and duck out of the way, you're going to take 10 points of damage. Kia, it is your turn.
Great. So I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to cast Spider Climb, and I am going to literally walk up the side of this dinosaur and sit on its back.
My God.
And flip the switch?
Yes.
I mean, it's going to get an attack of opportunity against you and have the chance to knock you off, but, like, what's your kinetic armor class?
This is how you do it. That's how you play.
This could
My
be close.
kinetic armor class
This could be really close.
is a 17.
Oh, we got a 16. You land on the black, flick the switch, and the entire thing kind of like shuffles and centers to the side. You're able to speak to animals, right, Tobolo?
No.
Yes.
Oh, Tobolo is,
And it gives you this sense of like, where am I? What am I doing? Why am I here?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, absolutely. Actions?
Can I?
Yes.
Oh,
go for it, Kia.
can I do a thing? Can I, like, press my hands just kind of on its head and just say, Vesmara wishes for you to leave. This is not what you were meant for. Go. Be free. Explore.
And you get this feeling of, fuck this shit, I'm out. And it bucks you off its back and takes off out the door, just heading away as quick as it can.
So the way that plays out for Amaruk is she goes, Kia, I don't see Kia. And then she turns around and looks. By the time she turns back, Kia is basically riding away on a dinosaur, like, because she's still on its back.
It bucked her off its back. And as it runs, these other two guys see the writing on the wall and just take off into the jungle as well.
Tobolo yells out to Kia, I'm so proud of you. I can't think. Like, so good for letting that little critter run out of here.
Well done, Bethany.
Absolutely.
Well done, Bethany.
Yeah. And she goes, Amaruk goes, her name is Kia. You're going to remember it, or I'm going to come back here. Sorry. I'm just very aggressive right now. I'm so sorry. But you should remember it.
Either way, she's getting an A on the next test for sure.
Beautiful.
I graduated, but it's fine. And her eyes flick back from that red Vesmara glow into just her black eyes.
Yeah.
I graduated.
Did we ever really graduate? My anxiety dreams say
Jabby.
no.
My anxiety dreams say no.
Just
All
like,
right.
like laying on the ground. Do we ever really scratch?
I'm gonna move us forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Bradford kind of like crawls out from underneath the branch
Yeah.
and kind of like flops to the side, he's like breathing heavily. Actions, questions, concerns?
Castor is going to pin him, like he's going to put a foot on the tree and aim the laser rifle at him and go, "Hey there, little fella."
Oh, he like sighs this long, frustrated sigh. Well, that didn't go as planned.
Yeah, not really.
Well, you finally found it, Tabolo.
Should have paid attention in class.
I did. You wouldn't let me do my thesis on the Temple of Silk.
This is a sacred place, as you can obviously tell. Ain't no need to bring everybody and their grandmother through the door.
He's just, he's just frustrated. He doesn't say
Yeah.
anything in response. He just like kind of sinks into this mopey silence
Yeah.
as you guys bind him up and begin
Yeah.
to bring him out and begin the walk
Yeah.
back to see you.
Amaruk kind of like stands over him,
Mm-hmm.
covered in like an amount of blood that is visual on her white fur.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks pretty scary. And she just looks down at him and she says, "So, here's the thing. What's going to happen when we let you go?"
Oh, who said anything about letting him go? Cool. What is everyone's opinion about what we should do with him, real quick?
Oh,
Yeah.
We are going to question this guy. I don't like him. We can use your office, or we can go to Karasham's office. But we can maybe use your office, Professor.
Yeah, I don't think the Alumni Association would take too kindly for me to be executing former students.
Not executing, just talking to violently.
Oh, you're no. I'm saying I'm in agreement with all y'all. Let's use my office.
Great.
I might stay back a little bit and
So
take
you
care.
I
of
would like to take some
explore
of his
this a bit
stuff,
more.
though.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Absolutely. You
Yeah.
pick up his laser pistol and his hat.
Yeah.
I did want to say though,
Yeah.
because Tobolo wants to stay behind, but before he like parts ways, he goes over to Castor. He says, "Castor, I've been following Wade in my better part of my entire life, and I know the road out there gets lonely. So, and you don't know where it's going to take you, how long you're going to be on the road by yourself. So I want you to have this." And he pulls out a glowing stone, and he like hands it to Castor.
Tobolo, you didn't have. Thank you. I really appreciate that, and I wish you luck on your travels. Oh, I guess I have a lot to learn about this Wayden fella.
My door's always open. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a ring on that there communicate.
Absolutely. By all means, you saved my life. I don't know how to thank you.
Oh, you led me here to the goal, to my lifelong purpose. I can't thank you enough. This is the least I can do for you.
Amaruk will kind of like nod over, not appreciatively over the shoulder, like a "okay, fine, you're cool" type of nod. And then she goes, "Friend, you can always find us on Brightclaw if you need us." And she basically takes out her tablet and texts him basically information on where they are, so that you'll be able to find us.
Absolutely. So
in the future,
I go over to Tobolo and I pull out one of my furs for my tail and then psychokinetic hand it over to him.
He starts
Here's a
crying.
sample.
lovely. So I'm gonna move us forward.
I take a shit and then I hand
Oh my
that
God.
to him.
I'm
No,
gonna
kidding.
move us
Even
forward.
better.
Yeah.
You march all the way back through the jungle. Quick questioning in Tabolo's office of Bernard reveals that Bernard is indeed a jilted student who didn't get to do the thesis that he wanted and has turned since into a treasure hunter. You turn him over to the authorities for assaulting you, and then you take off with the sarcophagus sitting safely in your hold, as you go to figure out what's next for the intrepid crew of the Kingfisher. That's us for this episode, but don't go anywhere. I'm on my break, so thank you all so much. I'm gonna go eat some lunch, go heat up a freshly meal, and just sit down for a moment. Everyone have so much fun hanging out with these people, and they're gonna interview Marc from Monopod right now.
We are. And while you're gone, Miles, you can take off. I'm just gonna do a plug for you because I can. As you guys have been enjoying the stylings of Miles here as our GM. He streams over at Geeks for Good multiple times a week. I'm going to throw the link in the chat. And he's also a professional DM. So if you want what we get, then you can have it. If you go to milesduffield.com. So that is available to you. Now, something else that's available to you is our next giveaway. And this time, my sweet babies, my sweet baby bards, there will be 2 giveaway winners. So let me just enter this in the chat here. Sorry, guys. Got to get it all done.
Yeah.
Keyword is Marc. And it is spelled with a C. And I will put it in chat.
M-A-R-C.
So when we're done talking to Marc, there you go. You can just put that in chat once we're done talking to Marc, I will choose 2 winners for the Starfinder core rulebook, because not only do you need a DM, you need to know the rules. And Starfinder is an awesome game by Paizo.
Those are optional.
They heard about what we were doing for the Trevor Project, and they wanted to contribute so that more people can come together around this awesome game. And speaking of more people coming together around this game, we found Marc because Marc is a part of our friends over at Manapot Studios. So, Marc, tell us a little bit about what Manapot does.
Yeah, so Manapot is a community of global role players all over the world. I'm based in Japan. We have part of an affiliate of Manapot is also based in Germany. They do our Roll for Insomnia podcast where they play D&D 5e.
Nice.
And we also stream a wide variety of different types of tabletop RPGs. We on every Saturday, I stream Starfinder. My show is called Tales from the Pack Worlds. Basically, right now it's actually 2 shows. Tales from the Pack Worlds is 2 Starfinder shows. 1 week, I run the Dawn of Flame adventure path with a group of players, and then the other week, we run the Absalom Anthology, which is a series of one-shots based in and around Absalom Station. And while the Dawn of Flame adventure path is my baby, it's like my little crew. We have a set group of players there. The Absalom Anthology is open enrollment for anybody and everybody who wants to play. So if you're interested in joining us and play and want to play with us, please join our Discord over at Manapod Studios. Have a chat with us. It's every other Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time in America, where we can our GM Chris runs that game. We usually have like a group of like rotating players, but I try to play as often as I can because I'm just Starfinder nerd. But in addition to that, we also run Manapod happy hours twice a week, every Wednesday and Friday, where we play any type of RPG, Vampire the Masquerade, D&D 5e, other Starfinder, Pathfinder 2e sometimes. Feel free to stop by our Discord. We're always recruiting new players, whether they stream or they don't. They're new. They just want to try something out. We'd love to have you.
That's awesome. So it sounds like if there are people who have wanted to maybe get into streaming games, that this might be a good opportunity for them to kind of feel that out and feel out a system if they're new to Starfinder. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. That's correct. So like, whereas my game is more based upon like the adventure path is more based upon people who might be familiar with the system. The Absalom Anthology is people who are new to it, might want to play it. Just play something like, just try the Starfinder system. We try to right now it's very low level, so it's very easy, like very low bar of entry. We're just there to have fun and just like goof around.
Awesome. Well, so how did you get involved with Manapot?
So, excuse me. So, a few years ago, my friend Chris, who is in the chat as Krifu Bernal, introduced my wife and I to role-playing games in general. So, like, we started playing Pathfinder. Then I was just like, man, I would really love this if this was like sci-fi. And he was like, oh, guess what? Next year they're releasing the science fantasy version of this game, Starfinder. Started picking up that, started playing that as much as possible. And then Chris decided to start this amazing channel, bringing role players together from all across the world. And he invited me to run the Starfinder show on that channel. And so,
cool.
We're the longest running show on Manapot, almost 2 years now.
Wow.
So it's been literally Starfinder almost every Saturday for the past 2 years.
Do you have any advice?
Asking for a friend.
So my advice when playing a game like Starfinder is have fun first. The rules are there as a loose guideline. It's if the rules are getting in the way of you having fun, throw them out. Just overall have a good time. Try to make it the best time you can with your friends. At the end of the day, if you can laugh at the session you had, it was great. I'm not saying this to nitpick, but there were times in this game, in tonight's game, where we weren't necessarily following the core rulebook, but I was still having a blast. It was fantastic. And at the end of the day, that's a good game. Not whether you followed the rules and cool. Well, that's technically not how you do a standard action. No, you go in there, have fun with it, and then if you laugh, if you walk away with it with a good time with your friends, that's what's important.
Yeah. Well, we talk about that all the time, the kind of like sacred covenant of like you agree how you're going to play with the people that you're playing with. Which is an important thing to remember at any table.
Also, Starfinder really lends itself to storytelling and making stuff up. I think that's the loveliest thing. Like, it's an ever expanding world. They keep coming up with new Paizo keeps coming up with new alien backgrounds and all of these amazing things. So you can of just let your imagination run wild and just kind of the rules are there again, like guidelines, like Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean. Anyone?
Hell yeah.
But I feel like there's so much embellishment that each table is going to have, and that each table is going to be super unique in their embellishment.
Well, I also think we talk about the Starfinder beginner box a lot because it's such a good jumping off point. And again, if we get for every $500 we raise today for the Trevor Project, we will be giving away, courtesy of Geeks for Good, a Starfinder beginner box. And they come with this card, right, that has some like just baseline rules on it. So you don't have to go flipping through the book to find out like what a condition basically means. It might not have everything that you might want to read about it, but it'll give you a sense of it enough to kind of keep play and storytelling going. But for instance, in the actual game, you can move and you can take an action. If you want to take a full attack action, you can't move, right? But if you take an action, it means you could either like attack or use an item or use a skill. And so
or you
there's
can even
also
like yell at them and like insult somebody and make them shaken or something like that.
Exactly. And so there are lots of ways to look at that. But I think another thing that I hope people notice when or consider when they're watching streams is that sometimes we give people more than what's strictly an action because it just gums up the combat section of play. So we kind of smash some of those things together. So yeah, I mean, Mark's absolutely right. It's not strict Starfinder play, and certainly not what you would find in Starfinder Society play, but it's sometimes what you see is a kind of a smushing of the rules on many streams to just get through.
Yeah, like and
For
like
sure.
the times I've had the most fun with Starfinder is when we do kind of do our own play on things.
Yeah.
We do just have fun together. Like, you know, it's nice. Like I do try to follow the rules as much as
Mhm.
possible, but like come on, like that like let's just have fun first. Let's tell a cool
Absolutely.
sci-fi story, and then just and move on to whatever's next on the adventure, you know?
So one thing that I am curious about, because when we were getting together this morning and recovering from intravenous coffee, the video went crazy. What
Yeah, I think we
happened?
lost Helena.
Okay.
No.
So we're gonna fix that somehow. But for now, listen to the dulcet tones of our voices until Elena gets back, and then we'll move everything around. Thanks for your patience, everybody. So basically, when we first started sitting down, you were like, "Oh, I listened to the first couple of episodes over the last couple of days." So what is your how do you feel about about what the people you met today versus the people you heard character wise before?
I mean, it was fantastic. Like when we were doing everything and you were all like doing your voices, I was like, oh my god, this is like, because I usually like I commute a lot by trains, and so like
Right.
my main mode of entertainment during that is listening to podcasts, and so like literally every train I've taken for the past like almost like half like the past week, like almost half a week, it's been listening to you guys, and like to actually be able to sit down with these people that I've gotten to know, like, you know, like at an arm's length, to be able to sit down and actually game with everybody. It's been fantastic. I've had a fantastic time, and I felt like it was really important for me to do that. So I kind of knew everyone's personality coming
Yeah.
into it, except for Jabby. It's like so hardcore fell in love with Jabby tonight.
Yes.
Because I'm still listening to when Kodiak was part of the crew.
Yep.
But like you know, Jabby is Skittermander. First of all, love Skittermanders, and then just the overall vibe of Jabby is fantastic.
Just
But
a
yeah, this
chaotic
is-
boy.
That's what I love most. But I really enjoy doing that because it really let me get to know you before I actually met everybody. And I gotta
Yeah.
say, you were all like, this is not like, I don't mean this in any bad way. You were all exactly what I expected, and like and I mean that in the best way possible. Like when I was listening, I was super nervous. I was like, these are part of an
Mhm.
established podcast. I've only like we haven't even spoken through anything but like posts on Instagram, Twitter, blah blah blah. And then like to sit down and how welcoming all of you were, and just how like fantastic you were, like helping me set up, answering my questions about
Aw.
what to do, and letting me talk. Like, you know, I'm sorry if I talked over anybody in the game today.
No, we all
went
struggle
well.
with that, me especially. It's definitely one of those things that I think is a lot harder on now that we're all in quarantine, which you guys already experienced because you play with a worldwide cast, right? From different
Yeah.
places, but we were playing in a studio together for like 1 or 2 episodes, and then it was like, hey, quarantine, and we were like, well, god damn it. So it's definitely a sort of shift for Shorzy. But I think it's hard to learn, especially because Zoom will like suppress noise. So if you
Yes.
interrupt, it's even worse because people can only hear like parts of things, which is really difficult. So but yeah, guys, I see everybody messaging me on both sides of the chat. We're sort of stuck in this limbo between planes, this extra planar atrocity where you can see the bottom half of my face on one side and the top on the other. It's unfortunate, but hopefully you can just listen to us and just listen to us if you want to live until Miles is able to get back. Is one of those zoomy things that we can't really fix for now. But
Real technomancer in our
Mark,
party.
it's true. We need another. It's I know how to fix it, right? But I can't fix it because Miles is running the Zoom.
It's over there.
So yeah, so everything is an adventure. Mark, tell us a little bit about why you're in Japan and like how that's been for you.
Yeah. So I let me preface this by saying that Japan is not perfect. Nowhere in the world is perfect. Japan is not. There are problems that people experience here that you're going to experience everywhere in the world. But for my money, like I would rather be here than where I'm from.
Right.
And it's not to say like, like I hate like my, like, like where I come from and anything, but this is just, I've had such a blast living in this country, learning a new culture, trying to learn the language,
Right.
failing miserably at times, succeeding at others. Part of the reason we were here, a friend of mine went to go teach English in Taiwan, and he was there for 3 years. And like, I was just so jealous of him. Like, my God, like, it's so cool. Like, you're just uprooting your entire life for a few years and then like going to a new country. And growing up, I always had this like appreciation of like anime, like Japanese food, Japanese music, that kind of thing. And I was like, I'd really love to do that, but like, if only Japan had this type of program.
Right.
He told me like they do, that there is a type of program that allow you to be an English teacher in Japan. My wife looked into it. She applied for the program. Like, a year later, we moved to Japan. We're 80s children, without giving away our ages. We're 80s children. So like, so we wanted to get to a point and we had like one of our goals in both of our lives that we had shared that we didn't know until we started having the discussion about moving was that we wanted to live in a foreign country before we were too old, before we had bought houses, before there were too many strings preventing us from doing something like that. And so we decided to just like, let's give it a shot. She got accepted. Here we are. The original plan was to stay here for 1 year. Halfway through the first year, they asked her to stay for a second. So like, okay, we'll stay for 2 years. Once the second year started, we're like, okay, it's, we're going to be here for, let's just do 3. Let's do 3. The third year is about to start. And we're like, okay, we're staying here for like literally 5 or 6 years.
Nice.
Awesome.
It's fantastic. I really cannot express how great it is to be a stranger in a foreign country. Like, you are going to experience problems. Like, I'm telling you that right now. No matter what you look like, no matter who you're with, you are going to experience some type of problems. But just being like the small successes of like when you're able to like the small like assimilations you make into that culture, like being able to read a menu and order fully in Japanese is like so insanely fulfilling to me.
I found not to get dark or topical, but we often do that here. I found the experience of being a minority to be really enlightening in when I was over in Japan for a visit. And I really think I needed that experience. I think it was pretty formative. It's not like it, and to be clear, like privilege is 100% a thing. I'm not equating the two experiences at all. But just the experience of being different and being noticed because you look different than everybody else. I had people like talk about my body in new ways because I'm a person of size, and there aren't very many people there that have that aspect to them, and so I was white and a person of size and very, very short, and I literally had people be like, "Oh, kawaii," and then like, you know what I mean? Because they thought I was adorable, right? They were not trying to be, which I am. No, they were not trying to be mean, but like they just, it was a whole thing. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I understand a small piece of what it's like to be on the other side of this spectrum, which is really important. I think.
Like it's what's crazy is like, because my wife is black, and so like we also see like just in like when we go out, like this like the treatment that I get versus the treatment that she gets, it's very staggering. It's like we're both obviously foreigners, we're both obviously minorities in here, but then like usually like we'll sit down on a train, and like if I'm by myself or if I'm with her, like if we're sitting next to a Japanese person, they'll just get up and they'll just move away, even like as far away from us as possible if we sit next to them. So there's going to be that. You've run into that everywhere. I think like, what I try to tell myself is that I think that like their prejudice is from a place of ignorance rather than a place of hatred.
Yeah, 100%. They would never want you to ever think that.
Right. But I mean, at the end of the day, though, like it's still something you are going to deal with no matter who you are, if you're a foreigner in any country. Like you're going to experience that in Taiwan. You're going to experience that in Korea. You're going to experience that in like in Germany or something. Like no matter where you go, you're going to experience
You are
it.
the outsider, yeah.
Exactly. You'll never really be one of them. And trust me, like I get that all the time. Like I was outside of my I was outside of like I was at my other job the other day. I was waiting for the class to start, and like these little kids like were like waiting for me, and they just like came up to me like, oh wow, like in I'm translating, but in Japanese they were like, oh wow, you're really fat, aren't you? Like just like straight up to my face, like okay.
And you're like, cool.
I'd be like, yes, yes I am. Like thank you.
Yeah. Now you know what it's like to be in an anime.
I've had
where
some
all
of my
the kids say
students-
exactly what they think to the main character.
Seriously, I've had some of my students' parents tell me like, "Oh wow, it must be really hard for you to buy clothes here because you're such a big person." Like, what the? Okay,
that's
Not
true.
gonna lie,
It
going
is
to
true.
Japan, I am 6'4" and way too big for literally everything there.
Yeah.
In 3
It is
weeks,
not
I
made for
saw
you.
3 black people. So many people took my
did they
photo. It was a
break?
fantastic
Yeah.
time, but my feet are like 2 people's feet together.
What did y'all break?
Hey, Zoom, we're in the Zoom verse. Help, Miles, help.
Where's Helena?
Helena is probably in the waiting room, I'm guessing.
She needs a res.
She's a res.
Yeah, Helena needs a res. She
All right,
needs
everyone
that
turn off their
reincarnate.
cameras.
Aye.
All right.
Everybody watch some magic tricks.
Aye, Captain.
Helena, would you turn off your camera as soon as you're ready? Thank you.
Watch
All
this,
right.
everybody.
Ann,
Ha!
Jabby. Parker.
Oh!
Helena. And Mark.
Howdy.
You're welcome.
Amazing. Okay, bye, Miles. So sorry. No one's fault. Welcome back, Helena. How was your trip through the plane of fire?
It was a lot, but I did have time to throw away my Belvita wrapper from my little breakfast. So that was exciting. Yeah.
Exciting.
And that's about it. I've been
And
listening.
that's about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
While we're on the subject of Japan, Mark, I gotta ask, 日本語できるんですか？
ちょっとだけ日本語を話します。日本語を勉強します。でもめっちゃ難しいですよね。
私も。そうですね。
Difficult, man.
What it mean?
Hey,
I just actually spoke Japanese, and he said like, yeah, but it's really hard, and I said like, you're really good though.
Amazing. So are you teaching ESL, Mark? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said you were doing over there.
Yeah, so I am an English teacher.
Yeah.
So I actually work for a Disney affiliate. So like I'll walk into school and like their homework will be like they'll read books about Disney, they'll listen to homework like that are Disney songs. But like when I come into classroom, it's just 100% not about that. Like it's just about actually teaching them and like playing games with them. Like for instance, like one of the games we were playing this week was like let's clap for like a name. So like let's clap for Hana. And so like I would just have everybody run through a tunnel, and as soon as they were out of, like I would be like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If they made it through the tunnel like before the countdown was over, they'd be okay, everyone, let's clap for Hana. They would all say that together, blah blah blah. And let me make it clear about something. And for better or worse, being an English teacher in Japan is not about having an education or having a background in education, because I was never a teacher in America.
Right.
They just want someone who is charismatic and can stand in front of a crowd. And if you're willing to do that in Japan, it's very easy to find work and make a living here if you're willing to be an English teacher.
We have a friend, the group of folks I went over to Japan with for fun. We had a friend who was over there teaching as well, and we passed like ships in the night because he had gotten married while he was there to this lovely girl named
Congrats.
Akane, and so she was still there, but he had come back, and so Akane came and met us in Tokyo and like took us to dinner and like gave us a tour of some neighborhoods that she wanted to show us, and she showed up to greet us with presents. And I was like, this is the best country in the world. Like, like so welcoming. We also went to Kyoto, and at the time we were very into Monster Hunter. Some of the people in that group still are, but there was a new Monster Hunter that had come out, and so we were gonna go to God, what was it? Theme park, not Disney.
Universal Studios Japan.
Yes, Universal Studios Japan had a Monster Hunter like pop-up kind of attraction type thing. And so we were going to go there, and so that was during the Kyoto part of the trip, and so we had all of our Monster Hunter stuff out, and so our attendant who ran the what's it called, whatever, it's not like a hotel. We were staying in a traditional Japanese home.
Like a homestay or a hostel or something like that.
Yes, basically. And so she would come up to like bring us our beautiful breakfast every morning, and then would help tidy and clean things when we were gone. And so we came back, and there was a little Monster Hunter character hanging. I can't remember which one it was, but like hanging from the fan in the center of the room. And so when we came back, we were like, who is the Monster Hunter fairy who has brought us this creature?
That is so wholesome.
At the end, we asked who it was, and this adorable Japanese woman was like, I also like Monster Hunter. And like she was like embarrassed because she said that she didn't want to like press her enjoyment of the thing on us and force us to talk to her about it. But we were like, we wish we had known. We would have hunted with you. Like,
so amazing.
It was so cute. But
I felt like I spent a lot of my time like shitting on Japan. Let me make it clear. Like that, like I just wanted to make it clear that like if you live here, like no matter where you live, you're going to experience problems. But overall, my experience has been very similar to that. The most people are fantastic, overly kind, overly polite, always willing to help you out. But just just if you plan on living somewhere that's not your home, expect a little bit of heart.
Expect outsider, outsiderness. I think that's very true. And honestly, right now with our world being what it is. I think that's a big thing that we could look forward to as people who haven't managed to take care of our corona issues very responsibly. I mean, obviously, I say that not as us personally, but as a country. I think we're going to find it harder and harder to travel unless people actually start doing stuff. So Anne wants to go in Japan. She was going to go this fall, and now she's not. So
Anne,
for me.
Let's go together.
I'm telling you, if you guys come, if you guys come, I would highly recommend Osaka. Please come to Osaka. Please come to Osaka. It is. I've been to Tokyo a few times at this point. Tokyo is great. Of course, if you're going to Tokyo is great. For my money, Osaka is much better. The people there are much friendlier. They're much more lively. They're less restraint, so you have a lot more fun. I love Osaka, and like I live very close to Osaka, so I'm there very frequently. So like for anyone who's looking and you're going to go to Japan, I would like definitely Tokyo's great. But I would recommend Osaka. It's closer to Kyoto, so it's better. Like you can do a quick day trip to Kyoto. Come see me in Kobe. Come play some Starfinder at like one of the local gaming bars. Like, oh my god.
Hey, mental gymnast. Welcome. Thanks for that follow. Welcome to the baby parts.
Hey.
So, Mark, tell me, do your students know of your tabletop RPG dabbling, or is that not even something they really do or think about over there?
So D&D is very big here. D&D 5e is like the local gaming store like I go to where I buy like some of my dice. They have like the D&D like player's guide, the rules, like they have those printed in Japanese. And I just recently found Pathfinder First Edition. I found them in Japanese as well. Haven't been able to find much Starfinder. Call of Cthulhu is really big here as well. But there's also a bunch. As you're clutching your little like many-eyed teddy bear.
That you said that while smiling. I said, when I first saw Helena's new teddy bear, I went, does that thing have just all eyes on its head? Like in the most horrified and haunted way. You're like, oh yeah, your many-eyed teddy bear? Yeah, it's just a thing.
Also a pizza. So he's chill.
He balances it out, I guess, a little.
It's super cute, but also super horrifying.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love that you love it.
Thank you.
That's what I love about it.
There are only two vibes to Helena. It's either this or this.
That's real.
Yeah.
Well,
More people should be like
Foundry
Helena.
And by the way, if any of you guys have questions for Marc about Manapot or Japan or his role-playing experience, please toss those in chat the same way you would for us. Or of course about Tobolo. Feel free to put that in chat. Foundry has just said there's been an incredible community of folks working to translate and localize Foundry's virtual tabletop, which is what you guys saw us using for our game earlier in the day, and game systems into Japanese. So there's definitely a lot of passion I've seen. It's pretty cool. I feel so incapable of really supporting that aside from offering enthusiastic encouragement. Yeah.
That's all that it is, honestly. Like, as long as you just talk about it and find people are willing to play. Like, people are definitely willing to play. Most of my students are under the age of 13, though, so like I'm not trying to talk to them about playing RPGs. And their English level is super low. My Japanese level is super low.
It's really hard. I think there are a lot of great programs that do D&D and things like that for kids, but I think if there's a language barrier, it makes it pretty hard. It's already hard enough sometimes for a kid to like sit down and share their innermost wants in character. To add on top of that, a language barrier seems like it would be pretty difficult.
And also D&D and tabletop RPGs have their own very specific vocabulary, so that's like an extra. It's I almost think of it as a language that you have to learn.
It definitely is a language for sure. So why Tobolo? Tell us more. Why did you create Tobolo?
So like I already had when I found out that I was going to be playing with everybody, I was like, I get to play a lot of classes in Starfinder as a GM. I sent one of my campaigns around Solarians, so I played a lot of Solarians, a lot of soldiers, a lot of monsters. Solarians, by the way, awesome. Favorite class is the Envoy, though. Got to give it up for the Envoy.
Yeah, they're very cool. That's my next one.
Yes,
when Amaruk dies.
Knock on wood.
When Amaruk dies. That's also the mentality I have with my characters. Like, if they die, they die. The next one is the characters are so much fun to build. Like,
let me be clear. I don't have the mentality of if she dies, she dies. I would be heartbroken. But I have to be thinking about what I would do next, which when we hear more from Marc about Tobolo, I want to hear what everybody would think about playing next if they weren't playing it currently.
Yeah.
So tell us more. Sorry, I interrupted you, Marc.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No worries. So I got the chance to play a operative. One of my players in my last campaign, we were running the Signal of Screams adventure path. I had a player drop from there, and she was playing an operative. And I didn't want to just like erroneously kill that character off. Like I kept that character in like the mythos of the game, and I brought them back in at the very end of the campaign as kind of like a pseudo enemy. And then I was like, oh man, like I really, really enjoy playing an operative. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that for when it came up. At first, I was going to be like a killer like droid, like a neutral evil like assassin droid, just like, oh boy, here I go killing again. But Then I got the like the quest hooks of what was going on, what you guys were going to be doing, and I was like, oh, like, I'm from Texas back home, so I was like, gotta go back with the country roots, like, someone who's been in the jungle, like straight up, like hardcore, like craziness like that. It was something that someone being in the jungle like that, having like that link to Kia, had to do it, had to go that route.
So I want to ask you a follow-up question about that. But first, I just want to say that we are now at $540 raised.
Dude,
we just had from a donor. We just had a $200 donation come through, and I don't really know what to do with my hands.
What?
Oh my god,
Miles. Hi everybody. Just so you know, you can still donate, and I will change the goal apparently. But this is insane. So number one, let me roll the giveaway on. I don't know. Where am I right now? Where's Nightbot? Where are you?
This
I'm
is
scared.
incredible.
I don't. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give away our 2 copies of the Starfinder Core Rulebook. The first person who is winning is Shiznit, is getting one of those PDFs.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
Congrats,
Shiz. Hold on. Let me just.
Look at that in the chat. What?
What? Congrats. Yeah, you, Shiz. Congrats.
Incredible.
And the next person is Chris from Manapod Studios. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, awesome. Oh my gosh, who also just cheered 300 bits? What am I supposed to do with my
going
life?
on?
I don't know what's happening. Okay, all right, this is fine. Okay, so now we're going to start another giveaway for the Starfinder Beginner Box, courtesy of Geeks for Good. Give me 1 second to just okay, and Tacatron just slapped
Tacatron
a
just
1
subs.
month sub on there. So
Throw a sub up there too. No big deal. No big deal.
throw a sub up there.
Slap a sub on.
And I would like to supersize it, is what everybody has said. All right, 1 second here. Let me get back to giveaways.
Yes.
And
Cowabunga.
we're gonna do the next giveaway. Please enter the word for good. I will put it in here. Only enter once. Enter that keyword. To be considered subscribers are 2 times more likely to win giveaways. So consider that as you enter for good. Good Lord. I cannot believe this.
This is
Guys, what do you think we
madness.
should bump our new goal to?
Every $500. Let's do 1,000.
Yep.
1,000, right?
1,000? Sure,
That'd
that's
be-
fine.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, we can hit that. We can totally hit that today. We can do $1,000 today. Who's in for $1,000 today? I expect some hype in chat. Right now,
Right for a penny, in for a pound.
you have one more. You have one more question to ask Mark. But this has to be a lightning round. All right?
Okay. That's. I had one more question.
I thought you did. Maybe you don't.
Oh yeah. My follow up was. You know what? I can ask you personally. You'll just have to come back sometime.
Have to come back sometime. All right. In the
play with you guys.
meantime, we're taking off for right now. All right. We are going elsewhere. We will be back though, so don't you go anywhere. This is just a brief break. I have to, at the end of this, cut the stream. So we're gonna go offline for 1 second so that we don't lose our consistency on Facebook, and so that we have 3 clean YouTube videos.
VODs,
so
yeah.
don't go anywhere. Reload the page after we go offline, because we will be going live again right away with our Pride videos, which some of you saw earlier if you were hanging out. We have 2 more Starfinder games coming up. One of them, the next one, with the lovely and talented and fierce as fuck Emily Lane Floyd, aka Emily the Spoon, aka anyone else?
AKA my best friend, AKA
Best friend.
AKA the corporate relationships manager over at Level Up Dice, and we're dice romancers, so we're excited to have her. So this next video, Miles, is the long form one, right?
All right.
Okay, great.
Y'all.
That's it, everybody. We'll see you for the next one.
See you for the next one.